Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the United Gamedom podcast. This is episode 81. Yes, we're in the 80s now, so we're getting ever closer to the big 100, the big centennial episode, which will probably be another couple of years at this point when we just do one a month, which I prefer rather than every single week that we used to do, because that was draining at times. I'm of course Darren, your host, and with me is the newest star of the Twitch streaming.
The new PewDiePie.
The new
Ninja, yeah.
It is my good Canadian friend Denis. Hello Denis, how are you doing this Saturday?
I'm doing well. I'm smack dab in the middle of my vacation. My second week starts next week. And enjoying my time off, playing a ton of video games. Won't be able to play a whole lot. Well, I'll be able to play next week, but not stream or anything. I won't be around from Tuesday to Friday, so I'm gonna be.
You going somewhere? Are you?
Yeah, gonna be out. Gonna be hiding in the woods with my Switch and my cell phone. I'm not going like. You know, some people sometimes they say, "Oh, I'm going on vacation. I'm turning everything off," and
yeah, just basically going dark.
I'm not gonna do that because I don't think I'd be able to do it. Like, not do anything for the entire time. And anyway, there's a TV over there with Netflix and everything, so it's not like I'm not going on camping. I'm going into a cabin in the woods, so they have everything there, so Wi-Fi and all that, so. I'm not going dark. I'm just gonna go elsewhere, do some relaxing in the woods. Like the cabin is completely isolated, so you don't hear a car, you don't hear people, you don't hear anything except nature. So it's very relaxing. So
how far is that from where you live?
It's about 55 minutes from where I live.
Okay, so basically an hour.
Yeah, it's about the distance to get from here to Montreal. Except I'm going the other way. Instead of going south, I'm going north. So
okay,
it's about the same length, about the same distance, and going to Montreal. It's not very far. It's not a very long drive. It's a pleasant drive. Also, it's like all little country roads. So it's a lot of nature.
Yes, nice scenery there. Yep, I like that there. I just especially when you're like traveling anyway, and like on a train or like on the road or something, like just nice, just passing by lovely scenery. It's always a good thing rather than like dilapidated buildings and the like.
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be relaxing.
So anyway, anything else before we get into the video games?
Not really. Well, not. Nothing that doesn't have to do with video games. I guess we're going to get down to all of that in the next segment or so. So
yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to talk about now. Like I have a few games, but I kind of like to talk about a few other things as well. If that's okay.
Yeah, sure,
with
no
you.
problem. We can talk about.
We'll have wrestling talk.
Wrestling talk.
We'll leave that to the end.
Wrestling.
Support wrestle talk. Gives us, but yeah, we'll leave that till the end. As to not,
if you guys want to skip it on completely.
Who doesn't care about wrestling? Because there's a lot of people out there. But heck, I think to be honest, wrestling I think it's been a lot hotter than it has been like in the last few years now.
Yep.
Especially with all the available places you can watch various different federation organizations. Yep. But we'll get into that in the future. So anyway, Des, I would like to hear your thoughts on a certain game that I gifted you back on your birthday.
Yep. I finally got down to play.
And you finally got around to playing, and it is one of my favorite games of the last generation. And I'm so glad you got around to playing it. You decided to, even though I think it didn't, you finally played it, and it's a game I love. It's by Platinum, and it is of course Bayonetta. So take it away.
Yeah, so I decided, as Darren mentioned, I stream now some stuff on Twitch. I've decided to join the Twitch community after seeing what our good friend James Logan does on his stream. I'm nowhere close to what James does, but his streams are really really well made and really really well prepared and everything. But I'm trying to get there. I'm gonna do a couple of things. So I decided to. I was playing like a game here and there, a little bit of Sniper Elite, a little bit of House Flipper, which I'll talk about a little bit later. Um, but I said, okay, I'm gonna play a game. I'm gonna get down with a game that I will, play from start to end on the stream, and completely finish it. And I decided to play Bayonetta because do you say Bayonetta or Bayonetta?
I say
Bayonetta.
Bayonetta.
Okay.
The actual title screen, the woman's
It says
voiceover
Bayonetta.
says Bayonetta. Yeah.
I think they call her Bayonetta in the game, right?
No, it's
Bayonetta.
Bayonetta.
Okay.
I assume some people pronounce it Bayonetta, but no, they say
Bayonetta.
Bayonetta.
Okay.
That's how you pronounce it.
So Bayonetta, I decided to play that because another person called Hal451, who's also a good friend of James, who also streams. He played it and he said he really enjoyed it. I know you love that game a whole lot, so
Oh yeah, it was definitely I absolutely adored it. Like I loved that game back when I first played it in 2010.
it's that old. Holy shit, 8 years ago.
Yeah, I replayed it there last year on this. I got like the Wii U version when Bayonetta 2 came out and had like I got the limited edition had like that and the first game.
They re-released it on PC last year, right? With Vanquish.
Yes, it was PC. Yeah, PC and Vanquish last year as well on PC, which I know that's the version you played, and of course it's on the Switch now as well. Bayonetta 1 and 2 are on the Switch as well. But like I played it there last year, and I actually remember some parts being a bit annoying. Though I was like, damn, actually remember it being a bit harder than I remember it being. But I still think that game is fantastic. It's one of the best like pure action games.
It's very actiony for sure. There's 3 difficulty levels. There's very easy, and medium. Like there's no hard or very hard or whatever. So in my head I was like, okay, medium's probably hard. So I'm gonna play on easy just to make sure. And I still, died a whole lot, a couple of times.
Yeah, but like I wouldn't blame you, like you said, like I tend to play those games a lot more than you do, like those kind of action or like action adventure games, like God of War or like Devil May Cry and that there. So I tend to play like on normal or hard now. So I know you don't really necessarily play.
Yeah, I started playing more
like,
and more of them, but yeah.
Yeah, but like you didn't play them like when
not back in the day.
A few years back now. Like you played like DMC, which is probably one of the first kind of ones you sort of got into.
I was very much, shooter guy and sports guy.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, shooter and wrestling and games like that now.
But yeah, I mean, it's a very, very enjoyable game. I mean, it's very weird. It's a very weird game, to be sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of really weird, crazy shit happens in that game, and the second one is just
as crazy. That's good.
Bonkers in spots, yeah. But like it's. I think overall the second one may be better.
Okay.
But there's elements from the first one I like more. I've said this before. I think the
boss fight,
final boss in the first one more. But there's some like brilliant boss fights in the second one. Like I think my favorite one is against the Lumen Sage. I think it was in the Quick Look for Bayonetta 2 now. Like if you go back and look it up, I think it was that fight.
Okay.
Where she's fighting the Lumen Sage and like the big thing and then there's like the big when she's using her power at the thing and you like do in the background. Like if you look that back up, that was there. But yeah, like I said, like it's just Bayonetta 2 is like it's just fantastic. Like I think it's probably control. I think it mostly plays the same, but I think it's probably tweaked better.
Okay.
And I find it a lot more, well, not a lot easier though, but I find it a bit more easier than the first one. But like it's still a fantastic game though, and definitely look forward for you to play it though. But like I was back to this, I liked the final boss in the first game more. Like Jubileus is one of my favorite boss fights ever. Like I absolutely adore that boss, and I watched you play it there this morning though on the Twitch archive, and you seem to be having a bit of problem with it though.
Yeah,
it was. But
I was wondering how you saw it because I didn't upload it on YouTube, but I forgot about the Twitch archive. I was like, yeah, okay, that's right. You can go see it on Twitch.
No, I went to YouTube first to see if it was there, and I didn't know if it all wasn't there yet, and then it went over the Twitch archive. But I know, I think after a certain period that they get deleted.
Yeah, they
anyway.
do. Yeah, it's not like YouTube; they don't keep all your videos there.
No,
so, unless you clip it. If you clip it, they keep it.
Unless you do something though. I don't know if you need like a Twitch Prime subscription to keep all your videos on.
I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about the Twitch Prime thing. Probably got to get that. We'll see.
How much is it a month?
I think it's $9.99 a month, or $5.99. I don't remember exactly how much it is, but you get all sorts of gifts. Like you get a bunch of stuff for games like Overwatch and Fortnite and stuff like that.
Yeah, you get a bunch of free games as well. So you do pretty much like PS Plus or Xbox Games with Gold or something along those lines. Pretty much their version of it.
So yeah, I might actually subscribe to that to be sure. Get a bunch of stuff for Wrecking Ball and Overwatch, who I don't play at all with, but whatever. So
yeah.
But yeah, I mean to go back to Bayonetta, I really enjoyed it more than I thought I would. Like I was like, I'm gonna stream this and I'm gonna hate it. I'm not gonna want to play it anymore, and I'm gonna have to stop. But I really did. I really did enjoy it. I at the beginning it was really like, okay, I gotta get used to this crazy stuff going on here. This like very sexual, sensual witch that's just all the ass shots and the
gyrating and all out there, which I know turns off some people now. Like they don't like that there. Like I can understand as well. Like some people like that was one of the things. Like the Polygon review for Bayonetta 2. Like everyone else sort of give it, this is 9s and 10s. This game's amazing and all that there. And then you go to the Polygon review and it's like 7.5, and it's like, what really? And pretty much the consensus of that review was that he kind of like, it seemed that he had a big problem with it.
Okay.
Or that whole sexualization of the like the close up, gyrating shots and stuff like that. That tended to be the reason.
When did that game come out? What year?
2014.
Okay.
That was my favorite game of that year. Okay. So it was, and that's kind of the reason why he sort of. That's the reason why I think he read, because I think he said, the game's brilliant and all out there, but he said, but I just don't like the whole overalization. And I think at the time I kind of was a bit annoyed with that. Really, is that the reason why you're going to mark that game down, because of this whole overalization issue?
It's a lot though. I mean, it's really.
But this is a second game now. I know there's a lot in the first game, but like when I was playing it though, I was like, okay, I don't say as like he made it out to be way worse than it actually is. Like there is like stuff in it now. I was like, okay, but he just made it seem like it was just all in your face now all the time now. But that when I played through it there, it didn't seem to be the case though. But then again, like I could go back to it now and it's like, okay, maybe he has a point, but I don't recall at the time when I played through it that to be like really, really bad.
I mean, it's very over sexualized for sure. I mean, not to the point when I'm gonna say, fuck this game, I'm not playing it, or whatever. I mean, whatever, it's you can be mad at all sorts of things in life, but
But it's a Japanese developed game though as well. Like
everything's
like,
over sexualized over there, so
Yeah, a lot of sort of games, like anime women with
big boobs and everything,
boobs and stuff like that, and certain games come out like you kind of have an idea that it's being done by Japanese. It's just a different culture.
And I mean, her
there.
boobs
like,
are not that big. It's not like overbearing freaking boobs are going everywhere. I mean, it's just regular size. But there's a lot of ass shots, like a lot of butt, like you see, like it always pans upwards when she's talking, and it's a picture of her butt, and then it goes up, and then again her butt, and then her butt again, and it's like, Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, and the fact as well is like when she's doing like the climax attacks against bosses, she uses like her suit, and she like comes like naked, and like her hair and her suit to make these like big beasts to like destroy the boss once and for all.
Yep. But
like I didn't really have a huge like. I'm not all for like I'm against like sexism and stuff like that. There, I'm not saying hey for sexism or anything like that. No, I mean, it's I like all that stuff on Twitter though.
Yeah, people exaggerate.
Get, harassed and stuff like that. There, now when women and like women developers and all that there get harassed, like I don't fucking like that.
That's horrible.
That sucks.
That's horrible. But I mean, don't exaggerate. It's like, oh, I'm not gonna play this game because this woman is half naked and stuff like that. All sorts of stuff happens, but it's just a video game. It doesn't portray anything bad like rape or anything like that. I mean, it's just over sexualized and
there's a lot of people love her as a character because she's such
she's a strong woman for sure.
Yeah, she like kicks ass though.
I say she's even a stronger woman than Lara Croft can be, like she's more overpowered than her.
Yeah, but like like but Lara Croft back then was kind of more of a sort of video game sex symbol in a way because she had like the big the big breasts and stuff like that there, and like the whole like the whole. Do you remember the myth that if you did this like code or something that you could?
But that's a myth, you know that, right? That's a myth.
Yeah, that was like I remember magazines and that there, or like websites had this like you remember those like cheat cartridges for like the PlayStation and that there, like Explore and like Action Replay and like, and they had this one for I think it was like Tomb Raider 3, and it was this insanely long code you had to put in to like, I don't know like if it was actually, probably was complete bullshit though, but I just remember it being like most of the other games had you had to like a few lines of code like XV527 or whatever, but then this one was like really fucking long, taking you like a dog's age to insert it now. But like but now that she's a lot more, she like more, she doesn't have like the big breast or sexualization anymore. She's more of an empowered like woman with the recent reboot now.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have much. It was a lot to take in at first, but then while I was playing it, I was like, okay, well, I'm used to this now, climax and everything, and whatever. It's what it is, and that's it. I really like the Joe Pesci guy that you don't really see, just at the beginning and the end. Oh, what the fuck is this? That guy.
I forget.
What is his name again?
Now. I'll have to look it up here. Like I know Bayonetta, I know Rodin, who is like the vendor, the black big back guy, and Jean, Bayonetta's like sister,
and Cheshire. His real name is Luca.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Actually, and I was about to say Celeste. It's not Celeste. What is her name? Bayonetta's name?
Cereza.
Yeah.
Or Cereza.
I was like, that's Bayonetta. As soon as I saw like the little.
Yeah, like you
that's
pretty much
Bayonetta. That has to be her.
Her though. That's basically it's her. So it is yet.
So she calls her mommy.
Yeah, Yeah, because if when you see the flashbacks, you do see her actual mother does look like Bayonetta as she is now.
Like I like Bayonetta as a character, not giving a shit, and just doing whatever she does. It's like, okay, I'm doing what I do, and that's it. I mean, I like the story. I like the gameplay is really, really good. There, I had to invert the controls on PC because they were completely inverted. Like I was turning left and it was going right. And I was going right.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
jeez, really?
completely inverted. I was like, what the hell? Okay, I had to invert. If you look at my first video, you'll see that I play with the controls a little bit because they're inverted. But
Enzo.
Enzo, yeah, that's it. That's why
Is it Enzo? No, it's not.
yeah, it is
Yeah, it
Enzo.
is, yeah.
Because I remembered Enzo
Yeah.
Amore when I saw that. But yeah. Um, is he there more often in the second game? Enzo?
He's in the start of it though. I think it's just pretty much the same amount of
I know
time,
how
to
the
be
second
honest.
one starts. He's shopping or something and he's carrying the stuff
Yeah,
around. I remember
yeah.
that.
Like you see, like you seen like seen the quick look and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, I think it was the quick look that showed the opening. The opening
Yeah, I
mission,
think
wasn't
so,
it?
yeah.
I think it was as well. Yeah, and then the flipping. I think it was our maybe being another bed or thing, and then also the game of the year when they did the game of the year flipping kind of
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
at the end. One of the days was Bayonetta, and it basically showed it again. It's like, okay, we've seen this already, and that was like the demo. Like I think it was like a demo of Bayonetta as well. It came out shortly before
Yeah.
it, and it pretty much was the opening mission.
But yeah,
So like I seen a lot of it already by that time.
I mean that game is I really enjoy Bayonetta. I'm gonna play 2 next week during my vacation on the Switch. So, oh,
Did you buy
I'm
it
gonna
yet?
buy it right before I leave on the eShop.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna play it while I'm over there. When is 3 coming out? Is it this year?
No, it doesn't have a
Does never
release
really
date
say.
yet.
Okay. So I'll
No,
be ready for
it's pretty
3.
much just been announced. All it was just that like reveal trailer. And that's all it's been shown of it thus
Hmm.
far. So I'm looking forward to it. I do want another platinum game to come on to the Switch though. Before then, like I really want one of the 101 to come on to the Switch. Like I have it on Wii U. It's like the only platinum game I own that I've never
Okay.
finished. It's a pretty long game though. It's like 15-20 hours, so it
Okay.
is apparently. Like, but I really like that game now as well. It's like completely different to the sort of games you expect from Platinum.
But I like Bayonetta a whole lot, but it's not. I don't think it's. I don't think it's better than Nier Automata for me. I think Nier is better for now as a platinum game. So
Yeah, but like Nier is like a completely.
yeah, it's
It's
not the
not
same
like
experience.
it's
It's
not
not
like
the
a
same
pure
thing.
action game. Yeah, like Nier Automata is like more of a story, like action. It's an action RPG, whereas this is more of a pure action, slash action hack and
Yeah.
slash game. Which Platinum and that they're like renowned for. Like they did Bayonetta. Like some people who worked in it worked on Devil May Cry
Hmm.
and games like God Hand, and then like worked on Beautiful Joe and Kami. Like they're recently known as like Clover. Some of the people who were in
Hmm.
Platinum, and then Clover got shut down, and then they formed
Yeah.
Platinum Games.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing 2 and seeing how that one goes. Apparently shorter game. So 1 took me 12 hours,
Yeah,
I
like
think, to play. So
when I was playing it though, I thought it was pretty much the same length.
okay.
So it was like I looked on the guide there. It has 16 chapters. It has the same amount of chapters, but it doesn't have like an epilogue now.
Okay.
Whereas this one has basically overall has like one less
Hmm.
chapter or two maybe. Don't know if it's a prologue now. Because Bayonetta had like a prologue and then had 16 chapters and then had an
Yep.
epilogue. I think Bayonetta 2 has like the 16 chapters.
Yeah, so I mean I really enjoyed what I played of the Bayonetta. I think it's a great hack and slash game. A lot of style, a lot of funny parts. The story's pretty good. So yeah, I'm looking forward to 2 and play that. So
What did you think of the boss fights?
the boss fights were fun. Some of them were a little annoying. Um, the one on the water that you have to shoot the legs,
Yeah, like I watched that there. Yeah, that area is that
and
one
the
as
fucking
well.
part on the missile where you're going to the island. Man, that takes fucking forever. Holy fuck! I was like, Jesus Christ, are we gonna get there? I mean, holy crap! It's fun. It's
You do know that was like it's a homage now to a
yeah, I know.
Sega
Yeah,
game, right?
that's a homage to what's it? Defender? Not Defender.
No, it's
Space
Space
Harrier.
Harrier.
Yeah. So I was like, man, this is taking a while to get to the freaking place. I was like, well, okay, I guess we'll.
Yeah, but that was like an entire
Yeah, it's an
chapter though,
entire
that one
chapter.
anyway,
That's
chapter
right.
14. Yeah. And then like 15 is you going up like the tower at
Hmm.
the end, and then chapter 16 is where you fight Father Baldur.
I like when you go see Rodan though, when he's like, "Hey, Diggy, listen to this. What are you buying?" He's like, "I heard that in a video game once."
Yeah.
Or another time he goes, "If I get enough of these halos, I'm gonna go to space and be a space marine." I was like, okay, rip it on Halo.
Yeah, yeah, and like the Halo things is basically just sort of things like Sonic the Hedgehog. They look very similar to like the rings from Sonic the
Sounds pretty.
Hedgehog.
It doesn't sound the same, but I mean, it's really like pretty much exactly that, you know. So
Yeah, because this was done by Sega though, so it was published
yeah,
by Sega, the first one, and then like the second one, like you're never gonna see the second one now on another thing because it was done by published by
okay.
Nintendo now. So that's the thing. That's the reason why you're never gonna see
Never
it
gonna
on
see it on
the
PC or
PC
anything.
unless
Yeah.
unless they do something, no, like unless some agreement comes between like Nintendo and like someone else can publish it or something. But
Yeah, since it's not
I don't see
Sega,
it happening.
they don't have the rights to do it.
Yes, Sega. The last game the Platinum did with Sega was Anarchy and it wasn't very
Hmm.
good. That and Legend of Korra are probably like the worst Platinum games I've
The Platinum
played.
B team.
Like they're not bad by any, like they're not horrible by any means, but they're not like up there with like the best.
But I fucking
Of
love
this.
Nier, so it's gonna take a really good Platinum game to make me change my mind. But yeah, I mean,
I'll be curious now to see how you fare with Metal Gear Rising.
yeah, when I get around to Metal Gear Rising. Well, the
Like,
next one is also a Platinum
yeah,
game that I'm gonna play, Vanquish.
yeah,
So
which I liked. I know Kevin Van Ord loves that game. I enjoyed. That came out the same year as Bayonetta. Bayonetta came out in like
hmm
January, and then Vanquish came out in October of that year. Um, but I liked Vanquish as well. It's not a very long game. It's like 5-6 hours or
hmm
so. So it is. So you can easily finish it in like a couple of
maybe one or two
sittings.
settings. Yeah, not one, but two or three rather. Two or three settings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's a good game also though. But I prefer Bayonetta
yeah, it has a good
anyway.
style, that's for sure. Very good style. So you want to continue with me, or do we jump to you and see what you've been?
Yes. I've been playing a game that came out a couple of weeks ago now. It's been on early access for over a year now. I just actually, I don't know, just kind of decided to get back into it there since it was so close to its proper release now, and I've been playing a good chunk of it there. Not like whole ton of it though, but few hours. It's pretty much sort of like the smash at the moment. It's like the game like a lot of people are talking about at the moment. It is Dead
Oh
Cells.
yes.
Um, and this game is in the headlines for good and bad reasons. If you've been following the video game industry. Like, I assume you know what I'm talking about. You followed that whole story with the IGN review and that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was just looking at that stuff. It's like, okay, like, did you watch the video that Boomstick Game?
No, I didn't. I didn't watch the video, but I've heard about the whole controversy over that game.
Yeah. Yeah, like I think I seen that tweet or something about it. Someone retweeted something, and then I clicked on the video, and look at right, and he like, compares, like, he has his video side by side with the video review of the old one at this point of Philip Newson, who's no longer with IGN now, and pretty much kind of his reputation has gone to shit since then.
Yep.
Basically compare, like, okay, like, this sounds quite similar to mine, and looking on side by side, it's like, yep, there's a lot of similarities. There's just different rewording and different structures here and little tweaks here and there, but pretty much if you look at them both, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that this guy basically plagiarized the other guy's review, and his review is actually based on the early access review, because he did a few weeks ago, before he did in July. So he did, and therefore, like, he is, but it's still, like, it was still close to the release anyway, and basically would been most of the gameplay would have been pretty much the gameplay aspects is the same anyway, so it wouldn't even matter if you did the review when it came out or no. But that happened, and that guy got shit canned because of it. A lot of people respect IGN for tackling it pretty quickly, which I agree with. And then and then it was found out that this is not the only case that he's done it with. He's done it with a few other reviews. He did a review for FIFA on the Switch from site Nintendo Life, from a guy that I follow on Twitter that I've been following for a while. He's a Scottish guy, Chris Scullion. He also did one with Metroid, I think, as well, Samus Returns. He plagiarized the thing about the Wii Switch, I think, the Switch like impressions or something, and just amongst other things as well. So it's just ridiculous. But heck, if you want to know more about that, you can pretty much look at elsewhere, and a lot of other more renowned podcasts talk about it. But back to the game itself. Dead Cells is a roguelike action game. A lot of people are saying it's a Metroidvania game, and I wouldn't really say that now. Like, it has a bit of Metroidvania, because there's not a whole lot of area. Like, there's different areas now, and there's parts in a few areas that you can't access unless you have a certain ability. Like, the first ability you get is like this vine thing, where once you get, it's like this big sludge thing, and once you get to it and like activate, like press a button, it becomes like a big vine that you can climb on. Then that's pretty much the only comparison I could say in terms of Metroid. And like the kind of like the map, like the way the map looks though on the corner as well is similar though. But other than that, that's pretty much where the similarities end, in my opinion. It's more of a run based, like, rogue action, game, where like you play this like kind of, I said, undead guy, because like you come back again, going on different runs, killing all these various enemies, and picking up these cells, hence the name Dead Cells. That you pick up these cells and you use it from like certain fallen enemies, and you use them to unlock these sort of permanent upgrades, or like unlock new weapons that you can get in future runs as well. Or sometimes you just like say, oh, I want this dagger, I have to spend 20 cells. Okay, I'll buy it now, and once it unlock it, it becomes available there now if I want to switch the weapon out. But it's unlocked now, I can lock it now for future runs, so an enemy might drop it, or I might get in like a chest now or something in the future, or buy it in the vendor, buy it in the shops. So I do. I really, really like this game. Like, this game, this is like I bought this game in early access because it was on sale. Like, it wasn't not too long after it came out or something. I think Derek actually sent me a pay link that the game was like, it was like 33% off or something. And when it came out, I think it's like £20 now. When it came out in early access, it was £14. And then I got a link from Derek. I believe he linked me to it, and it was like 33% off or something. And it was like under 10 quid or 9-10 quid then. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get this here. I heard great things about it. It's very good. It's very well made for an early access game. It seemed pretty much complete at that point anyway. Like, I'm sure just need to add a few, content and stuff like that. But it just seemed very well done at that point in time. And it was right at that point in time, and then just they just probably just tweaked things here and there and getting feedback from people who bought the game already, and the final product is a fantastic game now. Like, I really like it. Like the way it's that you start off, you get like a weapon, like you either could get the sword, you get a sword, bow, and a shield to start off. And also you get an upgrade later on once you unlock a few more things that you can unlock to randomize your starter weapons then. So it's not just like the standard sword and the standard bow. You might get like the daggers, or you might get like the sandals and something like that. Just completely starter weapons that you get better versions of. Like there's a select number of weapons now, but as you continue on into different areas, you get the same like weapon, but they have like it's a better weapon and has like different like perks, like this weapon is I can do a critical shot on this guy and this enemy or something, or I can once if I hit this enemy with this weapon that it burns or freezes and stuff like that. Or if this, use this, other sub weapon, if like the enemies freeze, it takes, 100, it takes more damage if it's frozen and stuff like that. There's like little perks there, or the sub weapon emits a toxic cloud, or emits burning and stuff like that there, and like it's just very good. Like, and also in between areas, and that's where you sort of spend your cells, because once you beat an area, you go into this like sort of this little rest area, and once you get to that area, you basically spend your shells there to unlock the power and upgrades, and also you get these mutations, which are basically these perks you can get like for the future, like beyond what you played there. Like there's one like if you die, like if you suffer premature death, you just recover some health, or like every time you kill an enemy, you receive a bit of health back and stuff like that. Now, like I tend to go with those ones more mainly. Like I always go with like the premature death one, and like 30 plus 30% HP and ones like that now, and also ones that reduce the cooldown for your skills or grenade attacks, like because you have the two sort of your main sort of weapons, and then you have like the sub weapons, which are like, it could be like a grenade, like it could be a fire grenade, an ice grenade, or like a standard grenade. And it also can be like these things like this one I really like is the Bayonetta, I think it's called, which is basically thing. It's like a kind of crossbow, just like a crossbow thing. It just shoots a lot of bows, and it's very helpful. So it is. Like the best run I had is because I beat the first boss, the concierge, and I got like say legendary, because it has like color, like it has like it has like these different color things as well. Whereas there's like three categories. There's brutal, there's tactics, and there's survival. Brutal is with raid. Tactics is purple, and survival is green. And you want also during some of the areas you get the scrolls to upgrade one of those things, and wherever it's brutal, and each though the main weapons you get, like actually all the weapons you get have a color code. So like you get like a dagger or a sword or something. It's a red. It's color coded red. So okay, it's more of a brutal thing. So if you want to like do more damage or whatever, you upgrade your brutal skill. Or like if it's a green thing, I'll upgrade my survival skill and stuff like that. And also it adds HP as well. Like you always start like with 100 HP, but each time you get one of those, you get more, HP. And the more you use that, the more you upgrade that one, the less HP you get. So say like I upgrade my survival one like 4 times, I get less HP each time. But if you go to another one, like say, it's only 15% HP now, but I haven't upgraded my survival one, therefore, I can upgrade this one now, I'm gonna get 30% HP instead, because I haven't upgraded that one as much. And also after like augmentations as well, there's a thing as well that you unlock a sort of blacksmith as well that you can use to reforge your modifiers. That's pretty much what I mean with when your weapons with if you do this attack, your enemies burn. It's these modifiers you have in each of their weapons, so you can use the if you're not fussed on. I'm not really fussed on these modifiers, so I prefer something better that you'd spend gold to reforge them as well. Just a lot of stuff about this game that I really like. Though it's just a very fast, fluid game. Like the gameplay is just
it does look good. I watched a quick look and it looks really fun, to be honest. Looks like a fun game.
But yeah, it's a fast fluid though. Like I'll be talking about another game soon enough that plays similar to it, I guess, but it has its problems where like I'm playing these kind of games side by side, and one of them definitely plays a lot better than the other. So it does. Like a lot of people are saying, these games are similar though, but they're not similar. One of them's more of a kind of story kind of game, action based. It sort of relies heavily on a certain other game that I love, where this one's more of a kind of roguelike run based game that you go through these different areas and try to get to the end as quick as possible, as with sort of like the best gear, like to just try to your best equipment and stuff like that, so you get to the end. Like my best run is I had that bow-o-matic though, which I got from the concierge, and it was a gold one. Like you get dropped by bosses, and sometimes they get dropped by certain enemies, like elite enemies, or certain enemies. I think sometimes like a rare drop. And I got one of them, and it helped me so much towards the rest of that run. And I got to like the final boss, but I just pretty much got whooped because he just like hit me a couple of times, and I was like, damn it. But like it was easily my best run, and I haven't gotten that far since. Like I've done a bunch of runs since, and just never gotten that close to it, which is a damn shame. Are you interested in playing this game?
I might check it out. Might be good for streaming for sure, because I know a lot of people enjoy that game and kind of want to get into it. So, the more people are interested, the more people you'll get on your streams.
Like it's £20 at the moment, I think. On it's like £20 on PS4, PC, Xbox One, and it's like $22.49 on Switch. I don't get the reason why it's more expensive on Switch, even if it is just a couple of pounds, but it's still more expensive. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
It tends to be the case though. Like I remember Wonder Boy the Dragon's Trap came out on the Switch around the same time as the other places, and it was like a couple of pound dearer as well. I just don't get the reason why it's.
I don't understand either, but
Yeah, well,
That's how it is, I guess.
Though. But yeah, like there's not a whole lot of areas now, but like you unlock different areas by like you'll always fight the same boss at the end now. Like there's different bosses in different areas now, because you could go through these different areas and these different runs now. You don't have to go through, like, you start off in like this sort of like this prisonish area, and then you can go to like the promenade of the condemned, and then go to the ramparts, and then go to that area, or you can go to the sewers instead, and then go through that route, and like it unlocks different areas. And like you can do like the first boss in the standard route is the concierge, but like there recently, a few days ago, I went through the sewer route and unlocked I felt this other boss called Conjunctivitis. Yes, that's the name of a boss in this game, Conjunctivitis, and it's just basically
That's actually a
yeah,
an eye disease, but okay.
So it is like this big blob thing with like a big eye.
Okay.
And, I had to fight it 3 times. The first 2 times I almost had it beat, and then just got killed, which is annoying as fuck. Like I was like not much health left on it though, but I kind of screwed it up because its final phase was really annoying, because it did this, like it's locked onto these 3 chains, like one's chain on the top and then chain on both its sides, and once you attack it enough, one of those chains gets broken. Then once it's like completely broken, it kind of does the same attacks, but it does this really annoying attack where it goes like up to the top of the screen. There's like these little platforms now, but they get like pushed in, so you fall off the platform and then go back on the ground, and like just fires all these like different, like spouts all these different, like projectiles at you. Then it's like pretty tricky to avoid, but eventually did beat it though. And then I got to the next area, and then these fucking annoying enemies that were like kind of invisible-ish pretty much killed me in like a couple of hits. It was basically, I did it one attack, I was like, took like half my health. I was like, geez Louise, these guys are not taking no chances. They are pretty unmerciful. And yeah, I died there. And I think that was the last time I played it now, and that was a few days ago. That was the last one I did. But yeah, it just has really great, mechanics in a game though, just very enjoyable though. Just a lot of like, I just want to persevere, I want to get through this route, I want to get to the end here, I want to try out these different weapons. Like, I have my preferences. Like, I really like the daggers that I tend to get them a lot, whereas you basically do a critical attack whenever you hit the enemy 3 times. Like, you do like a combo, and then basically hit them again, you do like a big critical attack on it. There's ones as well that you do a critical attack if you're like getting them from behind. And there's this whip that I got as well that is not great to be honest though, where if you hit them with the tip of the whip, you do a critical attack, but you pretty much have to be a certain distance away, and it's like pretty hard to hit them exactly. I just rather just be up close and hit them with like critical attacks with like a dagger or something. I just a bunch of different weapons. Like there's a sander, like there's the big broadsword, which like it does more damage of course, but it's like slower. Whereas I prefer more like the quicker weapons to use in this game. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all. We're rambling on here about Dead Cells, but it's a great game. A lot of people really loving it at the moment though, and yeah, I could see why. It's like I played it like a while back now, but I always played like a couple of hours back then and just sort of dropped it. I guess it's good, but I'd rather wait till it comes closer to its full release to see what there is all about it. And like yeah, it's a fantastic.
I thought that was a full release. It's
been in early access for well over a year.
Damn,
I think it came out around the same time as PUBG. So I think it came out the same month. I could be wrong now. Or like.
Why are more people playing it now than a year ago? Is there a reason?
Because it's out now.
Well, it's out now. Okay, it's not in early access anymore. That's what I'm saying.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Because it's out now, a lot of people can play it now.
Okay.
Like it's already on PC now anyway, And like not everyone plays it on PC. There's only an
No, not a lot of people play on PC. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, yeah, PC. It was only the PC, and then it came out in the consoles, and not there. Not last week, the week before.
Mm-hmm.
It came out in the 7th. So yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely recommend checking it. I can see this being on Jam Bomb's top 10 because everyone seems to really like it there.
Yeah, I think they really like that game a whole lot. So
yeah, Jason
expect it to be
had it
there.
as his favorite game of last year now, like the early access version.
Yep.
Whereas, like again, I like when it comes to personal top 10s, I do not mind if you add a game there, like it's like that there your top 10, or if it's like even like people had, like I think Brad had certain games had like, or they're beta, they're not even properly out yet, and it's their favorite game of the year. Like I think Brad had Dota, and it was like his favorite game of the year, and it wasn't even out yet. Or like no, actually it was no. Greg Casavin I think had it as his favorite game of the year one year, and it wasn't even out yet. It was still in its beta form. And some people had Overwatch as their favorite game of the year before it even came out in 2015.
Yeah.
2015 when it came, like 2016 when it came out, but 2015 it was in beta. A lot of people had it there as well. It's their favorite game of that year.
Yeah, I never played it when it was in beta.
But yeah, that's Dead Cells. So, continue on.
Alright, I'm gonna go with a game that's similar to Dead Cells in some way. I played a little bit of Moonlighter. I don't know if you've seen the quick look for that.
Yeah, I seen what it looks like there. It's a pixel art game. It looks something like, actually like a Zelda game pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. Like it's a dungeon crawler with a different type of twist though, because you've inherited a shop from I think your father, and you need to sell some stuff to keep the shop going. So when you go into the caves to fight the monsters, and you come back, you have to sell the stuff that you've gotten from the caves in the shop to make some money to keep the shop going, and like replenish the town if you want. Like you can put somebody who who does potions, somebody does weapons, somebody blacksmith, and so on and so forth. So you go into a dungeon, you dungeon crawl. It's a little bit like what's it called? That other thing that everybody plays, that dungeon crawler thing. My God, I forgot the name of it. The other one that's really popular that you can choose from different types of characters to go into the dungeon.
Diablo?
Enter the dungeon.
Enter the dungeon. Okay.
Yeah. It actually has a freaking name in it. Okay. So yeah. It's a little bit similar to Enter the Gungeon. You go into you can go through 3 levels of dungeons before fighting the big boss of the place. I've went down to the 2nd level of the first cave and got my ass handed to me because I don't have enough good weapons or armor or anything. And it's a little bit of like a give and take, because the stuff you pick up in the caverns, you either sell or keep to upgrade your weapons and your armor, and so it's a little bit of a balancing game. You need to sell stuff to keep the economy going, and you need to keep stuff to equip yourself to be better in the dungeons. And deeper you go, the more stuff you get, the more rare it is, the more expensive it is, and stuff like that. So it's a very interesting mechanic to go through. Like it's a regular dungeon crawler. I mean, there's hack and slash, nothing really spectacular on that side of things, but I mean the whole store mechanic between balancing what you keep for yourself and you sell at the store to upgrade the town and everything. It's kind of a neat little twist on the whole thing. I enjoy it. I really I need to go back and play a little bit more because I only streamed a little bit of it and haven't played it more than that, so I need to go back and play some more. I enjoyed what I played of it.
You got it when it was on sale now, didn't you?
Yeah, I got it. I think it was on sale like last week. or something like that. Not the week we just went through, but the other
Yeah, I
week.
think the week before. Yeah, I think it was one of the midweek sales or something.
Yeah, that's when I got it. It was like 50% or something. And I also got another game that I'll talk about a little bit later on. That was 85% off, which is really, really surprising because, it's like a pretty recent game. But yeah, I mean, Moonlighter, I recommend it if you like. I don't think it's as good as Enter the Gungeon is. I think Enter the Gungeon is really, really well made and really great to play, really fun to play. But,
Did you play
the
that? I
whole.
didn't know. I didn't realize you played that.
Yeah, I did play. I have it on PS4 and on PC.
Okay.
Haven't,
Maybe you did talk about it in the podcast, so I just forgot.
yeah. I'm really bad at it, but I did play it.
Yeah,
Um,
I really enjoyed it as well, that game, but I just didn't really progress through the whole lot now.
yeah, it's
It's
pretty
a,
tough.
it's
It
a,
gets
yeah,
it
it
gets
is,
really
yeah, it
really
is.
tough.
Like, I always got past like the first like boss though, and then got into like the secondary. I think as far as I got, forget exactly. I think I was
hmm
around this, but yeah, that's a good game also. But yeah,
Yeah,
like I
it's
looked
no.
at Moonlighter there. Like I like the look of it though, like the simple pixel art, which I know a lot of
Yeah,
people are sick to death of pixel art games at the moment. But
yeah. There's a
as
lot
long
of
as it
them.
looks interesting though, I'm happy.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. But yeah, it's a nice little game. I got it on sale. I wouldn't have paid, probably would not have paid full price to play that game, but on sale I said, I'll give it a shot. And I enjoy it. It's fun. It's a fun little game. No, not really a whole lot to say about that, but yeah, it's
Yeah, because you haven't
a fun
really.
little
I
game.
think you played like what 2 hours or something of it.
Two and a half, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
not a
like
whole lot to say, but there's not a whole lot to the game to be honest with you, but the whole balancing of the economy is a fun little thing. So
okay.
check it out if it comes on sale. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, I'll probably might check it out myself. Um, okay, from one D game to another D game. This is the game that I am currently playing alongside Dead Cells. It came out last Tuesday, and I've been looking forward to this game for a while now, since I ever first saw it. Though I forget exactly, though, it was a while back I first saw footage of this game. I was like, yep, this looks pretty cool. Looks
Quick look came out
very,
this morning.
yeah, quick look of it on Jam Bomb came out, and it is Dev's Gambit. It is on the PS4 and the PC. It's just straight, it's on Xbox
Exclusive.
One. Must be exclusive, I guess.
hmm
This is a game that bows heavily from Dark Souls in certain aspects. It's kind of trying to be Dark Souls. It does not play as well as Dark Souls,
hmm
and it is actually both. It's not. It's actually worse than another Dark Souls 2D Dark Souls clone that came out a few years back, Something Sanctuary, which that was definitely 2D Dark Souls. Like I really loved that game. It was one of my favorite games of that year, Salt and Sanctuary, and it was just Dark Souls to the extreme. It was just pretty much a 2D carbon copy of Dark Souls. And this one borrows elements from Dark Souls, where it has its you get shards rather than
hmm
souls from enemies. You use them to level up or to buy weapons and abilities.
That's very
Um,
similar. Yeah.
you use like level up. You have your vitality, your endurance, your strength, your finesse or dexterity, your haste, which is reduces your cooldown for your skills, or reduces your speeds up your stamina regeneration, and intelligence, which is like for your magic stuff. Pick a bunch of different classes from the start. I went with the Blood Knight, which its skill is basically that of Bloodborne, where if you get hit by an enemy and you attack back, you can try to reclaim some of your lost health back. Like if you remember when you played Bloodborne, that ability where you get hit by an enemy and like attack it and swipe up and
hmm
gain clubs of that health. That's pretty much that's the skill I
Okay.
got with
Yeah.
the Blood Knight now. Um, the problem I have with this game, actually, I have a few problems. Like I like the game, Although I was actually I did a bit of a rage quit last night there before work. I was getting a bit pissed off with it, to be honest. I don't know if it's the start of my class though, but I think I've seen a few other people kind of say this is a bit of a problem, is that the stamina meter is kind of quite bad in this game. And that it's saying in the early part of the game, I just tended to run out of stamina pretty flipping quickly, and especially when you're fighting enemies that's never seem to fucking run out of stamina and can't seem to be able to do certain attacks in a quick succession. It doesn't help. But when I'm starting off, it tended to be I could do maybe one or two attacks, and I'm on a dodge, and I'm out of stamina now. I have to wait for it to regenerate, and therefore I'm likely going to get hit by an enemy, and just really sucks then. So it does. I could block though with a shield. You have a shield as well. It has that total aspect though, but to be honest, I kind of find it to be crap in this game.
Okay.
Because most of the attacks, some of the attacks anyway, tend to there's one attack that a boss does, and the first boss you fight in the game, and the L King, it has this attack which opens as portal up, and these three little wee orbs come at you. You block out with your shield, and you pretty much your stamina. You can have full stamina and get hit by it, and pretty much drain your stamina completely like that. That kind of sucks, but luckily it doesn't do a quick attack afterwards, so you have time to recuperate now. I put points of that endurance and haste in that there as well, and in certain aspects you still kind of run out a bit too quickly. Although I do have a thing this aura thing, which is a thing you can equip that reduces your stamina consumption when you're attacking. But again, still sometimes I find it a bit hard to especially when you're trying to want to just keep attacking, and I just keep attacking and run out of stamina though. Even though sometimes I'm trying to be a bit more cautious though, or to attack and just try to get away and stuff like that there. I've actually been seeing people as well complain about this here, and I didn't realise. I actually didn't think of it though until I'd seen people complain. It's I actually tend to agree as well, is that it doesn't really give you good feedback when you're getting damaged as well. Sometimes you're rolling out of the way, and I got hit for some reason. The hitbox seems to be strange sometimes. I just I got hit by something. It's okay, how did I get hit by that, or how, and stuff like that there. There's this enemy as well at the moment where I'm getting hit. It does it's this big tall knight enemy, and slams down his sword, right? And basically when it's pulling its sword back, I might be behind it. Even if it's not a proper attack, I get hit by it. I get damaged by that. It's really? It's not even a proper attack, but yes, I'm getting hit by this stupid one. He's pulling his sword back, they maybe do another attack. Stuff like that's kind of annoying me though, where you didn't expect to get hit by something so silly though, but it, that still is deemed as an attack. It's kind of stupid and things like that. Some of the areas in this game, one of these areas is kind of bullshit at the moment, where I walk into this area, and then all of a sudden these lasers come up, and I can't go past them. They're just basically barrier. You're confined to this space, and it's a pretty small space. And this big knight enemy that I mentioned there before comes, and you don't have a lot of room to maneuver around. So you basically don't have to, and especially it has a big fucking sword as well. It has you pretty much have to rely on dodges and that there though, and I keep getting hit by that. And also then this eye enemy comes as well, and then it stops, and then it fills this meter up, and if it fucking fills up the meter, it becomes an Isle King, the first boss in the game. In this area I'm at the moment, Almavaro's Observatory, you fight Isle Kings as standard enemies, which is kind of like something like you see out of Dark Souls, because there's certain bosses in that game that you fight as standard enemies later on. So it's pretty much that there. That's definitely taking a page out of Dark Souls. And the fact is, if that happens, you're screwed, because there's like 2 enemies on you. You pretty much have like a fucking very confined space to maneuver around. And also, I think I don't know about other people though, but if I'm fighting like say 3 enemies at once, you've no chance, absolutely no chance of killing enemies. If you're fighting 1 or 2 enemies, you're screwed, in my honest opinion, because it's just the way that combat works. It's not as fast as food, whereas in Dead Cells, it's just so fast and fluid that you can take on 3-4 enemies or something at once. Whereas in this here, like if you're taking that many enemies on at once, you're fucking screwed. So you are. Well, not like all enemies now. Like some of like the more powerful ones, like the ones I mentioned there before. Like if you're fighting a couple of them, like 3 of them or something, then you're screwed. You have to try to roll back and try to get away and stuff like that there. My favorite thing in this game is the way it looks. Like I really love the pics, like the art in this game. I think it looks beautiful. That's sort of what drew me to the game in the first place, was the way it looked. I just wish it played better for the most part. Like Jim Sterling did a Jim Impressions video of it as well, and he kind of said, yeah, it's fine, I don't think I'm going to see myself play through it to the end. And like sort of the problems he had with the game was like, yeah, I kind of have they're kind of the problems I have with the game also, but I want to persevere. I like it enough to want to play it to the end, but
Okay.
I I do have its problems. Like I could say I'm probably disappointed with this game. I actually thought it would have been better than what it is. Like it's not a bad game per se, but it's just the combat's just not as, it just sometimes just feels a bit stiff. And at the moment as well, that I don't know why I just seem to be so brittle. Whereas it takes me forever to kill enemies, and they can kill me in like a couple of hits. Despite the fact I have upgraded I'm using this halberd at the moment, and it's like +4, and my strength is like a 20 odd. It's like a strength scaling weapon, and yet I'm not doing a lot of damage to some of these enemies. Like I'm doing decent damage, but I'm not doing a whole lot of damage. And there's like 2 bosses at the moment I fought several times, but I'm not doing enough damage to them. It's going to like take forever. And the thing is, I'm going to have to grind now, even though most enemies don't give you a whole lot. And I don't know, I just don't know about it. Like I like it, but I do have some problems with it, and like I'm not the only one. Also, this game was a bit busted, where I had to quit and reload 3 times, because you know in certain games sometimes you get hit by something, or all of a sudden you get stuck in the environment itself and you can't move. That happened to me 3 times, where I got hit by something, and like I was jumping and I got hit by a blast or something, and all of a sudden I got stuck in like the actual environment itself, like behind a rock or something, and I can't move at all, and I had to quit and reload, which sucked. And it actually did crash on me once as well, which luckily wasn't when I was doing a boss fight, because that would have been the worst place for it to crash. But yeah, I do like it. I like the boss fights are fun, and they're very Dark Souls-esque. They have like different phases. Like you can actually see the bar, and it has like phase 2 once you get to a certain point, and it says phase 3, phase 4, and it does like more different attacks. You actually could fight all the bosses again as well. Like they have the heroic versions, which are like basically more powerful versions, and have like different attacks as well. I've only done one thus far, which is the Earl King. Most of the other ones are like, you know, powerful, and it can probably kill me in like a couple of hits. Like I definitely need to upgrade my health and strength and stuff like that in order to actually beat some of these bosses and persevere. There's one area in this game that's very completely unlike the rest of the areas, because it's more of like a sort of fantasy medieval setting, and there's one area that's pretty much it looks something out of Metroid, to be honest.
Okay.
It's like kind of like this underground kind of like space, like kind of laboratory kind of thing, but looks like very like futuristic. So it does looks something out of like something like you see in Metroid or one of those kind of games. But yeah, I'm a bit disappointed with overall. I just wish it played better than it did though.
Hmm.
Like I do like it enough though, but I do have my like nickels with it
Some
though.
reservations about it.
Yes, yes, some reservations exceed. Yeah, like I don't. This game's definitely not for you now.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think that's a type of game that I would play personally.
Yeah. Like I had a tweet there yesterday after I was getting pissed off and rage quitting. Basically said Dark Souls didn't have as much BS as Dark Souls didn't have much BS as this game does. In certain
Okay.
cases, that's true though. Like Dark Souls did have a stamina meter, but that stamina meter was good, and at least you had like plenty of opportune moments to like recover and out there. Whereas this one, you could do like a couple of attacks all of a sudden amount of stamina, and then it's freely to flip and open up. Like you could just basically have to be cautious sometimes. Like do an attack, dodge, do an attack. That's it, and not to just be painstakingly slow. Then,
Hmm.
I just wanted to like this game more than I
Yeah.
do.
Sometimes it disappoints,
Yeah. Like I was really looking
sadly.
forward to this game because it looked great from what I've seen of it though. But like if they just like I think Brad was saying in Quick Looks, like if they just tweak a few things, like it could be great. Like if they could
Hmm.
fix like the stamina meter and stuff like that. Like I think dodging I think takes way too much from your stamina meter. Way too much. It's like a good chunk.
Yeah.
It's like a third of your stamina meter. So it is.
Okay.
But yeah, it's Death's Gambit. It's good. If you're interested in it, I'd probably wait till it gets fixed.
Patch.
Like yeah, patched
Hmm.
on at a cheaper price. Well, actually, I paid what £12 off. It was like 20% off on PSN preload and pre-order. So I just got it then. I was going to get it anyway, so I might as well just get it at a cheaper price.
Seems like the thing now that games come out and you should wait for a patch to play them.
That's been the case for a long time, to be honest, Dennis.
Yeah, I know, but seems to be coming back these days.
Yeah.
Like it kind of slowed down a little bit, but it seems to be coming back with We Happy Few having all those freaking bugs and glitches and stuff, and we're talking about James.
I know James has been playing it, and Jim Sterling fucking did a video on it, and he pretty much really went to town in that game and how broken it is. And
Yeah, Dan Reichert also.
yeah, I know he didn't like it though from the quick look.
Yeah.
And like I watched that Jim Preston's video of it, and he there is some bad bugs in that game.
Like I watched James play it, and I saw all sorts of bugs in that, and I was like, that's really, that game came and went and came back again, and it's kind of like, how do you still find a way to mess up that game?
No, it was a game preview. It wasn't like releasing and taken down.
No, I know it was a game preview, but
Yeah,
it was still, available to people.
yeah,
Then they pulled it and they brought it back because it had too many survival elements to it and everything, and now they constructed like a story around it and like a Bioshocky type of feel to it and stuff like that. It looks really interesting from what I've seen James play of it. It looks like a fun game, but there are way too many glitches in that game to he's standing right in front of the guard and the guard doesn't see him, or guard starts chasing him and he just like turns a corner and the guard completely forgets where he is or stuff like that. He even had to stop. James stopped playing that and started playing Octopath Traveler now because he wants to wait for a patch to play it. So
yeah. Like I'm interested in trying it out though, but until it gets really fixed though, and when it's at a much cheaper price. Also, it doesn't help matters this game's full price.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you expect people to pay this game for this game full price at this state in the state.
No,
That's
absolutely not.
that's not gonna fly.
No.
Definitely not gonna fly. It's been it got a 4 in GameSpot, and most of the feedback I've seen of it's been pretty negative for the most part.
Hmm. I
Like
didn't really
it's
see a whole lot of positive coming out of that game,
yeah,
which is too bad.
like when it was shown, I think it was 2016 now, the Microsoft conference in E3 when it showed the first shown, it looked pretty cool. Like
Yeah.
the video reveal of it was pretty cool. Like this looks something like would be something Bioshock esque.
Hmm.
And then the game preview came out not too long after, and then I heard rumbles this is not the game that people expected it
Yeah,
to
this
be.
is nothing like what they showed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I think they would sort of tweak things in here and there, and yeah, this is the finished product, and
Hmm.
it's not very good. It's always a shame when you want especially I'm sure people are looking forward to this game,
Yep.
but yeah, it's a I could see this being a lot of people's disappointment
Most
slash
disappointing,
wish.
unless it comes back and tweaks a lot of stuff, and we'll just have to wait and see. But another game that I've been playing that I didn't pay too much for, and I was actually pleasantly surprised. I'd heard a little bit of rumblings that it was, a fun game and addicting a little bit, and I bought it, played it. It's a House Flipper, which I had heard a lot of good stuff about it.
I
I
didn't
think
even
this game is
hear of this game until I think I seen you say it.
really okay.
I never heard of this game.
So basically, you're like a handyman, like a guy who fixes pretty much everything, and you get contracts on your computer to, it starts off you need to, clean up garbage and sweep the dirt or clean up the dirt, and then you start painting walls, and then you start, laying floor tiles and ceiling tiles and wall tiles, not ceiling tiles, but wall tiles and you know floor tiles, and then you start demolishing uh, walls, and all this is like a tutorial, like a very long tutorial, because after that you go on the market to buy some houses that you flip pretty much, like you buy a house that's in poor condition, then you clean it up, you
Yeah,
paint
you
it
pretty
up, and
much renovate it pretty much, yeah,
yeah, you renovate the house, and
and
then
then you
you
sell it
you
on
sell
for a
it.
better price.
Yep. And you have like competitors offering you different amounts of money for your house, depending on what you put in it. Like you have an old couple that's gonna like more of a subdued look, like more of a you know normal colors on the walls and everything, and like a like a crazy whacked out dude is gonna if you put like fluorescent on the walls and stuff like that, and different types of stuff, and it's very interesting. Like it's very I didn't expect to like that game a whole lot, and I got it on sale. I said I'm gonna give it a shot. Everybody seems to give it a good. Their ratings on Steam are really high, like very positive and everything. So I'm like,
When
okay,
did
I'm
it
gonna
come
give it.
out?
I don't know. I think that came out. When was the Abby Quick Look? Maybe in June, April or June or something like that. May. I don't remember.
Yeah,
But
I think that might have been the first time I seen it though. House flippers, I never heard of it though before
mhm.
that.
That's a very, very indie game. Like it's very bare bones and very basic, and you have to use your mouse and keyboard. You can use a controller, but it's very, very not controller friendly, let's say.
Yeah, it's just one of those games you need the mouse and keyboard for.
Yeah, exactly. So I can see this coming to consoles. I think they're going to make a lot of money out
Came
of
out
these
in
Steam
May.
sales in May. Okay. So yeah, I bought that. I'm enjoying it. Like I'm flipping my first house right now. I kind of stopped playing a little bit. I should get back into that too. I bought my first house. I cleaned it up, and I need to paint it and put some furniture in there and stuff like that, and spruce it up a little bit to sell it to some people. But it's very interesting. Like of course, it's a somewhat of a management sim, like a little bit of a. The tutorials are fun because they tell you exactly what to do, like paint this here, paint this color, put these floor tiles on and stuff like that. But once you get into a house that you bought, they don't tell you anything. It's like, okay, go nuts, put whatever you want in there. You have people that are gonna say, "Oh, uh I like a nice couch, or I like these types of colors, or I like this." But it's really up to you to, you know, put the house the way you want to put the house, and the way the colors you want and stuff like that, according to what people would like. And then they're gonna, as soon as the house is finished, you say, okay, the house is ready to sell, and then they're gonna give you some money according to, like, some people are gonna say, I'm not interested in this, or so. Then some guy's gonna come out and say, okay, I'm gonna offer you 200,000, or stuff like that, and you sell to the highest bidder, or you can negotiate the price. Like, you can say, okay, now not 200, 250, and then he's gonna go, okay, 225 or stuff like that. Like, it's really a negotiation sim, like some sort of stuff like that. It's a fun little game to play. It has it's actually pretty well made, but there's a couple of bugs, like when you're putting, you're painting the walls. You can't really paint if there's some furniture in the way, so you have to move the furniture. Then you have to paint the walls and put the furniture back, and stuff like that's a little bit annoying. But all in all, I really enjoyed that game a whole lot. Like, there's one that you have to transform like an office, like a corporate office, into a kindergarten. So it's like all these ugly beige brown colors that you have to turn into like blues and pinks and yellows, and you have to spruce it up for like little kids and stuff like that. That was fun to do. That was a fun little mission to do. But yeah, I really, really highly recommend. There's a lot of tutorials, so when you get into the meat of things, you won't be completely lost. You won't be like, oh my God, what do I do? It's like, okay, I go here, do this, do that, do that. So it's really fun. I recommend it if you can find it. It's not that expensive, I think, on Steam.
It's 15.49 here at the moment, so probably about 20 odd bucks, I say.
Yeah, it's not a very expensive game. It's worth giving it a shot. There's a lot of stuff in here. There are a lot of houses to flip. I'd say there's about at least 30 or 35 houses to flip. And when you buy it, you get the DLC with it, which is like you have to renovate a house after it's been hit by, a hurricane or stuff like that. So that's an interesting thing that you can do in the game also. So yeah, highly recommended. I recommend you check it out. It's a fun little game. It's a fun little game to play.
There's no demo for it though, isn't there not?
I don't think there's a demo for it, no.
Nah. I kind of like to have a demo for some of these games just to try out and see. But no, there's no demo.
Yeah, like Cook Serve Delicious had one demo when you played it and you really liked it and stuff like that. You never got really far into that, right? You played like a little bit and
I got
stopped.
to 2-star restaurant, I think, or 3-star, and then I just
Okay.
stopped playing it for some reason. I really need to get back to that game because I really like that game. So
Yeah,
much.
that game is amazing. The second one is really, really good. It's really a great game. I should get
Like,
back to that
I got both of them, so I did.
too. Okay. Yeah, it's another like independent, out of nowhere game that's really fun to play. So kudos to all the indie people doing fantastic work with their games. That's really a good game that will probably be in my top 10 at the end of the year, if not in the honorable mentions, because it's a fun game to play, to
Yeah,
be
looking at
honest.
screenshots here now. So yeah, but yeah, it looks pretty interesting.
It's very relaxing, like the music's really relaxing.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Is this more like one of those games that's fine, relaxing to play?
Yeah, you don't have a timer, or you don't have like people pushing you like, oh, come on, do it, do it. It's like, go in the house, take your time, do what you want to do, paint, and take it carefully and everything. And It's really relaxing. It's a nice relaxing little game. I really enjoy it. So that's another game I've been playing.
Okay, okay.
You have another game you've been
Yeah, from
enjoying?
another day game. I'm
Another
on
D
with,
game, jeez.
yes, this is a game. This is basically, I don't know why. Like when I was on holiday there a few weeks ago, I was like, oh, I should go back to finish Nino Kuni 2 or play Yakuza 6, and then just for some strange reason, I just thought to myself, you know what? I think I'm gonna go back and play through the rest of Dragon Age 2 and finish it once and for all, which I did, and that's kind of where I spent the majority of the holiday playing. And yeah, Dragon Age 2, yeah, it's a pretty old game at this point. Which came out in 2011. Because
Wow.
I got to like midway through Act 2. Like I started playing it there a while back, and I got to like midway through Act 2, and I just completely stopped playing it. Because I think I got to this battle or something which just couldn't beat whatsoever. Then I had to put it on easy then, and then once I beat it on easy, I just put it back up to normal. I had to do that one more time during the game. Like that's the thing I like about like these games as well. Like where it does get too hard, I can put the difficulty down, and then
Yeah,
just adjust it again. Like I just hate games where it's like
you
I
can't
don't
go back and
necessarily
change
hate
it.
games, yeah, but as if it comes too hard, I can't change. And basically, if I want to play it easy, I have to restart the entire game again. But no, this I put it down to easy, put it back up to normal, and then play through it then. And I had to just do it one more time against the in the final sort of mission of the game. Like the actual final boss in this game was pretty easy.
Hmm.
It was just this battle before. It wasn't right before it died, but it was this battle during the final mission though, where you just come across this like blood mage, and then all of a sudden there's like these like 10 abominations coming in, and one of those like these big demons. I forget what they're called now. It's not like ogre now. It's just like I think it's something demon, and I was doing just couldn't not beat them for the life of me though. It was just like way too overwhelming, and then just got killed,
Hmm.
and then just put it to easy, and then just had a easier time then. So it was. Yeah, I went back and played it. I did all the sort of stuff that sort of coincides with the stuff in the Dragon Age Keep. So to sort of start I actually started on Dragon Age Inquisition. I downloaded it, but I'm not going to play it now straight away because I don't want to burn myself out from playing too much of the same
Yeah,
game.
that's a pretty long one also.
Yeah, like I know you spent like what 90 hours on it or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I know people are saying when around the time the game came out, said don't spend too much time in like the first area of the game, or else you're gonna be like over leveled or burn
Yeah,
yourself
that's
out.
what I
Now,
did. That's what I did.
what do you spend too much time?
Yeah. Like I spent way too much time in the first part of the level. I got to the rest of the game and I was like, man, okay, this is way too easy. Because I was way over leveled for the rest of it. So.
Okay. Yeah, so I played through Dragon Age 2. It's good now. It's definitely not as good as Origins now. Like I think Origins has a better story and has this. I think I like some of the characters in it more than I do in two. Like I do like a few of the characters. Like I liked
Hmm.
Varric, who I know was an Inquisition. I liked Isabella, who I romanced, and I played as I was a female mage, same one as in Origins, where I romanced Liliana in the first game, and I
Hmm.
romanced Isabella in this one, and yeah, and the third one now, like when I started there, I played like an hour or two of it. Though I actually didn't pick a mage this time. I picked a rogue, so I'd be playing a completely different class in Inquisition.
Okay.
And but yeah, I enjoyed Dragon Age. There's not really a whole lot to talk about because like I've played. It's like that game's like so old at this point though. Like you know how it works though, like the mechanics work and stuff like that. I just basically want to mention that I was playing though and got to the end and I enjoyed the game though. probably played like I think it was like 40 odd hours overall. Like I did most of the side like quests and that there.
Yeah.
You never played the second one now, didn't you? Not.
No, I didn't play the second one because I had heard a lot of bad stuff about it. Didn't really pay attention to it that much. So
Yeah, like the problem with it is though, like it was a bit rushed though. Like this came out not like over a year after the first one. Like the first one came out in November '09. I think this one came out in March 2011. So it wasn't that much longer after the first one, and it just seems very rushed in a way that not that like it's broken by any means, but you go through the same areas because it's all there is. It's like you go through the city, and it like sort of change like, and each act corresponds to a different time. Like you go start first act, and then once you finish that act, it's like 5 years later, whatever it is, and then you basically go through the same areas again. Like there's just a set number of areas, and going through them again kind of gets a bit tiresome after a while. Whereas like the other, Dragon Age Origins had like a bunch of different areas which did like whole quest lines in. Whereas in this one here is like just going through going through the port again, going through the chantry, going through like the docks again, going through the low town, the slums again, doing these same quests again. So it kind of sucks. So, or it's like these other like few other outside areas which are pretty much just the same anyway. The map might be a bit different with them, but they're pretty much the same for the most part. So that's a really crap thing about the game though. Like that there stuff just just gets boring after a while. Looking at the same areas like that there. But other than like that, I enjoyed my time with it. It's easier in the first game because I had to basically get to a point in the first game where I could not play it on normal. I had to play it on easy because it was just too difficult for me. And therefore played through the rest of that game on easy. But this one's a lot easier though, and like the sort of combat's pretty much the same, but just like it's a lot faster in this one than it was in the first game. So yeah, that's Dragon Age 2. I'd probably play Inquisition probably sometime next year. Like I definitely not gonna see myself playing it this year though, because there's a lot of games now coming out now till the end of the year that I'm very much looking forward to playing, and some of them are pretty long.
Yeah, video games are coming back, coming back slowly.
Yeah, especially one that I will definitely be playing on Tuesday
of this week.
Yep.
Okay.
You should know what it is.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, I remember now. I remember what it is. So yeah, for me, well, I went back to a game. You also went back to the same game. I don't think we talked about it on the last podcast. I don't remember. I've stopped playing that game because I got to a point where I was like, okay, this is becoming the same thing that it was when it was first released, and that's No Man's Sky, which
oh yeah, that game.
You played a little bit with me. We played the quote unquote co-op in the game. But apparently the co-op can be pretty cool. Apparently you can do some stuff together that I've read somewhere. That there is some stuff to do together, but I didn't really take note of anything of that. But yeah, I played some. I progressed through the story arc of that thing. Did a couple of side quests, but now I need to do missions for the Gek for them to appreciate me, and I'm stuck. It's like, okay, you gotta go and mine these types of minerals, or you have to go and take a picture of these 5 plants, or take a picture of these 5 animals, or stuff like that. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. Sorry, I'm done with this game.
That's basically MMO type missions.
Yep. I said nope. Done. Sorry. I'm just gonna stop. It's way better than it was a couple of years ago, like 2 years ago. But yeah, now I'm at the point where it's MMO City, and I'm like, nope, I'm done. I don't want to do this at all. No one want to go on a planet and scan some life forms or some plants or stuff like that. I am not interested in doing that, so I just stopped playing completely. But yeah, it's better than it was a couple of years ago for sure. Like at first
Yeah,
I was
a
like, man,
lot.
this is way cool. This is way cool. But you get to a point where it's like, okay, yeah, that's enough. I've played
Yeah, a
enough of this.
lot. Yeah, a lot of people basically went back to it once that whole big next update came out,
Hmm.
and a lot of people have jumped back on. I know Derek's been playing a lot of it, so he has,
Oh,
and he
Derek
seems to
seems
be.
to be loving that game.
Yeah, he seems to be loving
Did
it
you see
now.
his
Which,
base and everything? And
yeah, it's like pretty cool.
he has a base and but I think a car or something.
Yeah,
Is a bunch of stuff.
like I probably said, I'll probably be in his game of the year, I guess.
Yeah,
Even though it is technically came out a few years ago, but it is completely sort of overhauled.
yeah. I mean, I would
Because
count for Game of
yeah, it
in the
got
top 10
reviewed
for
again
sure.
on games, but I got an 8 now, so it did.
Yeah, exactly. So,
So I'm sure some people have re-reviewed it, I guess.
hmm
Say because it's like a completely sort of different game to what it was. Like it has a multiplayer now. It has a lot more things in it now than the first game or the
yeah,
first iteration of it did.
yep, for sure.
I think this is pretty much what closer to what people wanted when it first came out. Now,
It's close to what it was supposed to be.
yeah,
Like when what Sean announced at the very beginning, what it was supposed to be. It's now it's more of what it was supposed to be. But yeah, I mean, it's fantastic. It's great. It's fun to play until you get to the grinding part of the of the game, and that completely turns me off. Like, go get five of
you
these.
don't really like grinding in games, do you?
No, I don't. To me, like that's a completely that will make me stop playing any game anytime, no matter what it is. So I really don't like grinding.
I don't mind
Even
it if it's not if it's fun to do though, but if it's like tedious and what you're saying sounds tedious, then no,
it's
I'm
very
not gonna.
tedious. Yeah.
But like in when we played Destiny though, like you dropped off it after like for the most part because of the grinding, and and me and Derek still played a lot though, even though because we had a blast playing the game though,
Hmm.
and even if the grinding was a bit tedious though, but we just enjoyed the gameplay that a lot.
Yeah.
But like luckily they fixed that aspect of it when the Taken King came out, and like the grind, like the because the grinding in the first iteration of Destiny was so bad, where just like go through strikes, go through hearts. That was a hard boss battle, and you just get fucking nothing for it. It's like what's the point of going through that there, wasting like 20 minutes or something. Where I've done lot of grinding now in like Final Fantasy 14, stuff like that.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, some grinding can be, I mean, more fun to do. But this type of grinding, like take samples of a rock or take pictures of this and take. No, I don't want to do that. I really do not want to do that. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna stop playing your game if that's gonna be that. So yeah, but it's still joy. It's still a fun romp. It's still enjoyable. It's way better than it was back in the day. So that's for sure. And you completely stopped playing. I think we played co-op and you stopped.
that's all I played of it. I was just played a bit of it myself and then joined your game, and that was all I played of it.
Hmm.
I don't know. I do like it now. It is definitely better than it was though. But I just like I said to you, like I said mentioned this to you before. Look, I only can play that game for maybe an hour or two at most, and then just stop because I
Yeah.
just to me I don't know. I just get my limit with that there. Whereas
Yeah, I
I can
can
play
understand.
something else for hours on end now. Like I'm not saying it's a bad game if I only play for an hour though, but I don't know. It's just I'm not into those games. It's like a bit more relaxed. Like some people can spend hours playing like Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley and that there, and that's great for them. But to me, I'll probably can play that game for maybe an hour. It's like I've had
Yeah,
my limit for
Stardew
the
Valley is
day.
so good.
Yeah, I had my limit for the day. I can't really play this game for more than a. Whereas something I can play for hours on end, like Final Fantasy 14, I can play. I can play that game for like 5 to 10 hours at a time, or
Yeah.
something like Oblivion, or something along Dark Souls or something like some of those
Yeah.
games that I can play for hours at a time. It's just
Speak,
preferences, I
speaking of
guess.
grinding and MMOs, are you gonna get back into WoW and play the Battle of Azeroth?
I've downloaded WoW there like a week or two ago. I have to renew my subscription. It's
Hmm.
£10 now, which kind of sucks. Uh, but the thing is, I actually currently subscribed to Final Fantasy 14 again, and have to get back to playing it though.
Hmm.
I went back to it there, like, was it last week or sometime this week? I think must have been last week. I played a bit more of it again to do do a bit more of the story content, because I do want to actually play through it and get to the end of the story content before the next expansion comes out.
Yeah.
Which luckily I did though when Stormblood came out, but definitely wasn't the case when Heavensward came out.
Like I've seen a
Cause
ton of my friends go back to WoW like last week. I was like, okay, well, there must be something going on because
yeah, it's Battle for Azeroth came out. I wouldn't buy that. I wouldn't buy it anyway because I don't have a character. It's I thought like the highest character I have is a level 65, and I was like the
how
highest.
how do you have to be? How high do you have to be for
It's like
this?
110. Well, it's
Holy shit.
120 now is the max and from Battle of Azeroth, but you have to be 110 to do like the Battle for Azeroth stuff.
Okay. Okay.
And like the highest I got was the highest I the 65. Like I played this game, first time I played it was back in 2006,
Hmm.
and I played as a Night Elf Warrior. I got to like 20 something in that there, and then just stopped playing it.
Hmm.
And made a few other characters, but just never really progressed far. And like I said, then I made a Journey Shaman, and that was the first I've ever got. Like, I actually got to the expansion content for the first time. Like, I went to the Outlands, which is like the area you play through in the Burning Crusade, which is the first expansion that came out in '07. I got to it finally at last, like fucking years later. But yeah, like I can't really see myself going back to it now because there's so many other games coming out. But maybe sometime down the road, like
Hmm.
once I maybe if I focus on Final Fantasy 14 and I get to like the end of the story content and I'm happy enough with what I have at the moment in terms of like my equipment and that there, then I can probably go back to WoW and maybe start a new character because I'd probably rather play as another character rather than a shaman.
Yeah.
Um, like I want to play as like a Death Knight or like maybe a hunter or something.
Hmm.
You never played WoW, didn't you? Not.
No, I kind of I think I played a little bit of it,
I think you maybe played
and
a free trial of it or something, didn't you?
yeah, I did play a free trial of WoW at one point, and I was like, well, no, this is not for me. I don't want to do this at all. So
Yeah, I don't think MMOs are ready for you anyway, aren't they? Not.
no, I played Star the Old Republic a bit with you guys, with you and Derek, a little while back, but didn't play for all that long. And I'm like, okay, it's just the whole fetch quests and get this, get that, come back and go here, go there, and that's not what I want from an RPG, to be honest.
Yeah, I could
You know.
say though it's not for everyone. Now, like MMOs, like they are pretty much a lot of them are pretty much the same and just have the same sort of quests. Like kill X number of these enemies, pick up 5 of these items to deliver to someone though.
Hmm.
Or just go from this point and talk to this person and stuff like that. Like that is pretty much a lot of what a lot of MMOs are, and sometimes they get celebrated by dungeons now, like certain quests with like Final Fantasy 14. I was like, oh, do this quest now and you unlock a dungeon. Do that dungeon, or you unlock this raid, or unlock this trial, which is basically this like big boss fight per se, which like 14 does have those kind of like quests, but I just find them they're not there's not a whole lot to them compared to like most of the side quests in that game are more those fetch quests though, but like and the only way you want to use them is when you're like leveling up now.
Yeah.
But with a character, but you don't really need to do side quests anymore. Once you like unlock get the max level, you basically continue on the main story and do like the dungeons again, or do like the raid and the trials and stuff like that to get like the better. You get items to this certain currency or whatever to get the better like the high end gear.
Yeah.
And some of that can do though, all right, but some of them trials like the hard versions, or like they're savage. Like the one at the moment, like the Omega Scape, and the 4 bosses in it. Like there's like four versions, and each of them consists of I think a boss from Final Fantasy 6. Like the final boss from Omega Scape V4 is Kafka, the final boss in Final Fantasy 6.
Okay.
And there's like the normal versions, and then there's like the savage versions, which are basically the hard mode versions of them now. And some of the mechanics though, just like when you watch guide videos of them, it's like, man oh man, I can never see myself doing this though, because I just screw up each and every time.
Yeah.
But like you're playing on your own now, like you're like that's when you team up with people though, with like dungeons.
That's why I'm scared of Fallout 76 and what it's going to be like. Like I've seen the Q&A they did with what's his face there from goddamn, what's his face?
I don't know who you're thinking of.
The guy who introduced Fallout 76 and talked forever at E3.
Oh, Todd Howard.
Todd Howard, yeah. He did a Q&A for Fallout 76. Like, it answered a bunch of questions, and I feel a little bit better after watching that. But still, you're going to be out there and foraging for stuff, and people can't come out and just kill you out of nowhere. Apparently, they fire like a warning shot if they want to fight you. Like, they fire a warning shot, and you can just ignore them and continue on, or you can take them on and stuff like that. And depending on the level they are and the level you are, you can gain, a lot of good stuff from it and stuff like that. So, I mean, that looks a little bit more interesting to me than just having people come up to you and shoot you in the face and take all your shit and, go. So, that's a little bit better to me, because that's what scared me about 76. Getting out there and getting destroyed by people left and right. So, yeah. So, apparently you're by yourself, I think, until level 5. Like, once you hit level 5, then you get to, encounter more people in the wasteland. So that's good. At least you get to get the basics of everything and, learn the game a little bit. So, I'm still anticipating that game. I'm still very curious to see what it's going to be like. But, of course, it won't be like Fallout 3 or Fallout 4 or New Vegas or something like that. It's going to be very different from those games. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with that.
I've no interest in that game, to be honest. I'm kind of done with Fallout. I've tried 3, I tried New Vegas, and I tried 4. I was like, no, not for me.
Yeah, you're not a big Fallout fan.
No, not really. Oh, I did spend about I don't know how many hours on Fallout 3. That like I did like all the DLC, like apart from like but never did like the main story. Never finished the main story in that game, but I did like the DLC. It did like the pit. It did Operation Anchorage. It did the flipping, what was it, Lookout one, the one you go to like Maryland or whatever, and then like the Mothership Zeta one, and like I did all them now, but I just never did the actual main story or the Broken Steel thing. It's like takes place after the main story. And I barely played any of Fallout New Vegas. I probably played maybe an hour or two at most. And Fallout 4, I played like 5-10 hours, and kind of shared my thing where I was walking around, just seemed to be never getting any quests not there. Like I don't know. I just don't particularly. I prefer. I just don't really. Don't know. Just something about it's not really fussing them. Post-apocalyptic open worlds, I guess.
Yeah, I know you weren't a big fan of like I know you prefer like Oblivion and stuff like that.
Yeah,
to this. So.
Yeah, I think I just prefer more fantasy settings than post-apocalyptic ones.
Okay, but yeah, I kind of want to play that game anyway. You know, I haven't pre-ordered it to get into the beta, which I should do because I kind of want to give it a shot. But you can't get into the beta unless you pre-order the game, which I think is a little bit sleazy on their part, like a little bit.
That's not the same. Now, a lot of, that's the same with like Call of Duty and like a lot of games like that where
but I think that's a little underhanded. It's a little underhanded.
He's always some people just tend to do like pre-order and then just cancel. If they get like a beta code or something, they just cancel the game out, cancel the pre-order afterwards.
Yeah, I know, but I think they'd probably.
I think that's a much easier thing to do.
Yeah, but I think they'd be probably expecting that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For you to, so I don't know, but yeah, I'm still keeping an eye on that for sure to see how it goes and see if I can. Probably play it. I'm gonna play it on PC for sure, but we'll see. We'll see in time who's gonna jump on and play with me. If I'm gonna have a crew following me around, or if I'm gonna be a loner in the wasteland or stuff like that. So I recommend if if people have doubts about the game, go watch the Todd Howard Q&A that he did during a QuakeCon. It's pretty interesting to hear what they're doing with that game. It's nice. It's nice to know that we won't be abandoned to get murdered like in GTA Online, where you just fucking drop somewhere and people run by you and kill you. So, yeah, it's cool.
Speaking of QuakeCon, I assume you watched the Doom Eternal gameplay video.
Oh yes, yep. 3 times.
Really?
Yeah. That looks like it's going to be fucking amazing. Like it's going to be really great. Everything they added to that game, holy fuck. The grapple hook and the guns with the like the stabby stuff on them. That's pretty cool. I think it's going to be a pretty awesome game, of course. First game, the reboot was pretty great, so
yeah,
I'm expecting.
And the fact of the matter is as well, this takes a page from Dark Souls as well. Like everything, Dark Souls is so influential. Even fucking Doom, is taking a page out of it with its like whole thing where you can invade someone else's campaign as a demon.
Yep. Yep, that's cool. I mean, that trailer, that the gameplay trailer, there's more of it. If you watch the QuakeCon conference, like they show more stuff than the trailer. So
yeah, I watched like they had like 2 videos, didn't they? Like I watched like the first one, and I watched the other one, where at the end it showed like this big demon, and then like him like pulling out his sword.
Yeah. Big boss.
Yeah,
like the big bosses.
It looks awesome though. Like I love the big hook, hook shot thing with a shotgun. It just looks so good, just jumping and then just hook shot into an enemy and then just like flat going towards them. Like, I am so much looking forward to doing that. It just looks so much fun.
Yeah, it does look like it's going to be a lot of fun to do. I'm looking forward to that one for sure.
That is
Also, Rage 2 looks pretty good from what I've seen.
I didn't watch it now, but I'm interested in playing that game anyway though.
Yeah, it looks interesting. All the stuff you can do, the powers, and seems to have more story than the first game had.
I
mean, the first game was.
That's probably the thing. I just wish I had co-op in it though.
Yeah, I wish it did. Like, it's a game that lends itself to co-op of some type, but apparently not. So, who knows? Maybe they'll put it in, and it'll be a surprise or something. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anything else from that you're?
I actually have to get back into this though, but I don't know why. I just pretty much dropped off playing it though. Last episode I talked about the Octopath Traveler demo.
Oh yes.
So I did, and since then the game came out, and I have only played about I think 7 hours or so, maybe 7 to 10 hours or something of it thus far. I don't know why I have stopped playing it though, because I really do like the game. What I pretty much said about in the demo on the last episode, I pretty much feel the same way with it though. I just really love the battle system. Like in the demo, like I had, what's her name, Hannah is the hunter, and then I got another character. Since then I've got another 2 characters. I've gotten Ophelia, I've gotten Cyrus, and I've gotten, oh jeez, I fucking forget the other character. I think the character names, I'll have to look it up. But one of them, like, she's like a clerk, she's kind of like heals. Cyrus is more of a like mage character, and I think it's Aldwin, he's more of like a thief. So he does, and of course, like, they have their different skills, and I'd say that like the battles they have their skills as well. Whereas Cyrus, you could scrutinize NPCs, and like you need to do that to do like certain like side quests. Which, to be honest, I do not really like the side quests in this game. They're just fair. They just seem to be.
I've seen James play a little bit of it, and yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah,
side quests are kind of weird.
Yeah, they just seem to be just in there for the sake of them. It's like, hey, talk to this character, and you pretty much, okay, I have to do this thing, and I have no idea what you're supposed to do. You pretty much have to read the description. Okay, I have to go here. It's not like go here now. There's like a waypoint in this area now or anything like that. Like, I don't want to be really super hand-holy now, but just give you a bit more of a clue, I guess. But like, it's just don't like it now. But I got scrutinized. That's one of the skills. Ophelia, I think hers like kind of escort person. Like there's like a quest where you have to side quest where you have to escort this woman, I think, to this area, and she has that sort of like skill outside of battle and like in the open world itself. And Aldwin, I think it's Aldwin. I have to check it. I could be Aldwin. I don't think it is Aldwin. I think because Aldwin's actually an area in fucking in Death's Gambit.
Well, Octopath is all like the first letter of every character, right? Octopath, like a OCTO, is that it? Or
no?
Okay.
Octopath Traveler is because it's like 8 characters.
Okay.
So it is. As like I said, just need to flip a check here. The character see. Sorry about this. Alphen.
Okay.
I was close. I said Aldwin. I think it's Alphen. Yeah, Hannet is the one I chose to start with. Alphen. No. Sorry. Thurion. Alphen is a character, and Thurion, that's who it is. I got the other ones right. It's Ophelia, Cyrus, and Thurion.
Yeah.
They're the ones I played with though. Like, so Cyrus has like the scrutinize thing. She has this, escort thing, Ophelia thing, and Althurion has like a steal, where you can basically, pickpocket NPC characters. You can check what they have, and then you have like a percentage of success rate. So like, this character could have like a weapon you may have, and it might have be a 60% success rate, or like 100% success rate, things out there. And like you say, once you meet them in the game, they do their like kind of opening sort of their chapter. Like you get their backstory and things like that. Then you do their opening chapter with the other party, whatever. And it does kind of. It's not like, oh, they're going to be level 1 enemies now just because I haven't started. Like, it basically does scale. So when I was doing the Thurian ones, it was probably maybe like level like 9, 10 or whatever enemies or something. I actually did I kind of another character, Tressa, I believe, and I basically the first battle I did in it, I was just getting wiped for some reason. Like, what the fuck is this? This game just certainly just spiked up difficulty ways. It was like fucking this enemy was like it was just like the first battle it took after doing like Tress's little introductory cutscenes. First battle in it was all of a sudden getting pretty much wiped. Like, this enemy just did like this attack and just took out like half my health. I was like, it wasn't even a boss. It was just like the first battle I did. I was like, okay, I understand that was like a boss. And it was just like the first battle I did after this part. And that's the last time I played it. So I was kind of like, Jesus, ridiculous.
I was right about the Octopath, by the way. The character's name spelled out Octopath. Because there's Ophelia, Cyrus, Tressa, Ulberic, Primrose, Alphen, Therion, and Hannet.
Yeah.
So it spells out Octopath.
Yeah, I actually didn't realise that now until you told me. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that's the key characters. Yeah, it's 8 characters on each of them split like that. That's actually I actually never knew that there. So yeah. But yeah, like what I talked about in the before episode, I really liked though. I just need to play more of it. But like the one thing I do, like guy I follow on Twitter, I really loved this game. I think he loved this game. There's one thing I absolutely love about this game is the soundtrack. It's so fucking good. I absolutely love every song I pretty much have heard in this game thus far. I really like. I just think the soundtrack is fantastic in this game, and I just need to get back up to play it though. Like, I always spent about 7 hours or so, or 5 to 10 hours, right? Between 5 to 10 hours anyway. I definitely need to go back and play it though. I heard it does get pretty hard though, more so than what I've kind of did. Like, I haven't really, like, apart from that battle I did where I just stopped playing it afterwards though, I just find it to be not easy though, but like, doable. It was like fine. Most of the battles were fine, and the boss battles were good enough, but haven't played though, but I do know that it gets pretty hard. Like, there is difficulty spikes. So there is, which is kind of probably prevent me away from going back sooner rather than later. But the game I definitely need to get back into this. I definitely need to go back to Ni no Kuni 2, etc. But
yeah, you never finished that one, Ni no Kuni.
No, I don't know why. Yeah, it's fucking. It just came out. The fact of the matter is, if it came out when it originally came out, I would have not had a problem playing through it because there was nothing outside at that time really that I wanted to play. But like, if it came out last November as originally it was supposed to, no problem. But it came out at a point though where it came out like not too long before God of War and Yakuza and that there, and like I played Yakuza and just didn't play much of Yakuza either. I played God of War and pretty much played that game to death.
Yeah.
And just never really went back to them since then. Like, went to Dark Souls Remastered, and I think I played Celeste around that time and games like that now. But yeah.
Okay.
There's a
Yeah,
few
you
games
bounce
in it.
back and forth on different
Yeah,
different games.
like I haven't really finished a whole lot of games from this year though. Like I played a few games, but I haven't played like there's some games I still need to want to play through. Like I want to play, still want to play Far Cry 5. I want to play Detroit Become Human,
Hmm.
um, Kingdom Come Deliverance, a few other games as well. Just too many damn games though, and not enough time.
Yeah, there's a lot of games. All the games you've said except for Deliverance, I played and finished.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of stuff to be sure. Just want to touch quickly on I guess Sniper Elite 4, which I got. That's the game I got at 85% off. I got it for $10 on the Steam sales. I was like, okay, of course, I'll get that game. It's the first Sniper Elite that I play, the Sniper Elite game that I play. It's really fun. Like, there's no story. There's a story, but it's really like very, very second grade.
Generic.
Yeah, it's very generic, very dumb. But the whole fun is to get somewhere and snipe people in the head or in the balls or anywhere in the heart or stuff like that. That's really cool. I mean, the whole sniping mechanic in this game is very, very well made. Like, it's fantastic. Get the gory slow down when you come next to the head or whatever. Like, it shows you like the bullet going through everything, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I was in the second game. I don't think it was in the first game now. I could be wrong, but I know it was definitely in the second game onwards.
Yeah, that's a really cool mechanic. You can turn it off, but why would you? I mean, that's pretty much the whole thing of it's pretty much the whole thing of that game, the crux of that game. So yeah, it's pretty cool. You don't just snipe. Like if you get caught, you can take out an AK or something like that and shoot people. So it's of course yeah you try to be stealthy as much as you can, which can be a little bit complicated as you go through. But yeah, I only played like 2 levels of that game so far. I haven't played much more of it, but yeah, it's enjoyable. It's a fun little romp. And another game that I've been playing over and over and over and over every night almost for the past couple of weeks is Overwatch, of course.
Yeah, over and over and over. Watch again.
Yeah, it's that game is just is it's still fucking phenomenal. I mean, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna go play some Overwatch. And really don't, I don't feel I'm just gonna play like maybe a game or so and call it quits, and then I end up 2 hours later. I'm like, okay, well, I should probably stop playing now and go do something else. But yeah, that game is still phenomenal in every way. It's really, really good.
I
It's
think it's probably my favorite multiplayer game of all time in terms of multiplayer shooter, and at the moment it's probably my second favorite game of this generation.
yeah, in pretty much in the way of pure multiplayer stuff. I mean, there are good. I've had great times playing Gears with you guys. I've had great times playing UT2K4 with my clan back in the day. I think those are more personal memories. I mean, UT's great, Gears is great, but this game is just like heads and tails above everything else.
Yeah,
Just
the
the way
fact
that
is we're still
everything
playing this
flows.
game. Yes, the fact is we're still playing this game 2 years after it came out.
Yeah, and they're still adding on to it. They're still doing stuff for it. They're still.
Yeah, like it's very rarely I do that with a multiplayer game.
Hmm.
Like the only
I
other
mean,
one
you
I've
go
done it
back
with
and you
is
still have fun, and you still,
yeah, like we have our good
are
match,
ups
like
and
the
yeah,
yeah, our good matches or bad matches. Like the other night there, we had like a good streak of great matches. Like we done very well.
yep,
Beat beat the opposing team. Like I have my new bay now, pretty much. I have my Marmora,
yeah.
which I fucking love using now. Like, just realised that how good of a fucking character she is.
I've gotten back to using more Zenyatta now and more Lucio also. Lucio, if you need to get back to the point, when you spawn like all the way back and you need to go back to where your team is, I think Lucio is a big plus because all the other healers are really slow. Especially Zenny is really fucking slow. But
well, the thing about more, she has like that ability though.
That teleport,
Yeah, the wee teleport thing. Yeah, it's good as well.
Yeah, but she's still like a little bit slower than the rest of the others. But yeah, I mean, if I'm playing on attack and we're attacking, we start from the payload and we push forward, then I'm gonna use Zenyatta and just go nuts on everybody. Which is, I think he's the best DPS healer that you can get. Like, I mean, Moore is pretty great also, but she's more of a assist person. Like, you'll get a ton of assists with her. I mean, you'll get eliminations, but it's like a 20 or 30 or a 15 or like Zenny gets 100 or 95 or eliminations more than Mora does. But Mora is pretty good also. I mean, she's pretty great. She's a little more resilient than Zenyatta is because, man, if he gets shot like twice, he fucking dies. So, it's kind of. But I mean, that game is fantastic, and if they would put a freaking store in that game where you could buy skins while paying money, it would be even 10 times better than it is right now.
We're just pretty much going on. We've talked about this like outside the podcast like numerous times to each other though. Like, I just hate the fact the way the loot box system works is like it's been so long since I've gotten a skin in and like I've just come to the point like do they even fucking have skins in loot boxes anymore because it's been so long since I have got one. All I get now is fucking sprays and icons. All I get, and maybe like voice lines or things, or for like emotes or something for characters I never use. It's like I just want skins. Like give me some of the lesser known skins, I guess. Like less, the ones that don't cost much or something. I just want the skins though. Like, and like in fact you don't get much currency either though. Like I have like 900 and something at the moment though, because I want to save up to get 1,000 to get a legendary skin for Mora.
Yeah.
And but that takes so long as well because you barely get currency either. Like you might get some currency like every couple of levels, so you do. But like I wish there was some sort of thing like, hey, just kind of like they had that whole buy the mercy skin for the charity, the cancer thing, wasn't it? Or
yeah, you could buy the one for yep.
Yeah,
that had to do with charity.
Yeah, that was good though. Which but I'd like to fucking have that like available for everyone. But people are saying if they do that, it's going to kill the comedy for the game, which could be the case, I guess. It stop people from buying actual loot boxes. But I've played that game for 2 years and I've never bought a fucking single loot box.
I bought, I think last weekend, like I drank a little bit and I was a little bit tipsy, so I was like, fuck, I'm gonna buy loot boxes. And I almost bought 50 loot boxes. Like I was close to pressing that button, pay $60 to get 50 loot boxes, but I was like, no, I'll get twice. I got twice 11 loot boxes. I got some skins. I got the Anna skin, which I never fucking use Anna. I got her summer skin. I got the Soldier 76, which is cool. Sometimes I use them. Rarely because I'm either a tank or a healer, pretty much. Like I never, apart from Junkrat once in a while, I never use a attacker. Like I never use those guys at all. So, there's always a team. Like now they say a good balanced team needs two healers, two tanks, and whatever for the other two. So I'm always filling in either a tank or a healer for what's missing. I never get to choose. Like there's never freaking any space for either a Junkrat or something else. So that sucks a little bit, but I like being a healer. I really do like healing people. Like people are like, why a healer? But I like being a healer. And Zenyatta, I mean, he's very good at DPS, so I finished yesterday with 21 and 2, I think, with Zenyatta. So I mean, he's a very good DPS guy also. So
Yeah, I got 5 gold medals there once with the Mora, so I did.
yeah, exactly. So if people cry about if you use, of course, if you use Mercy, you're not gonna get those types of numbers. You're not gonna get that whole DPS thing because unless you use uh, her ultimate and you use the gun to shoot people,
Yeah.
that's you won't get those numbers with her. So and people use Mercy a lot. So even Anna doesn't do that much DPS killing as the like more in Zenyatta. So.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
I got Soldier 76. I got with the hacker girl's
Sombra.
skin, Sombra, and the rest was all voice lines and victory poses and icons and sprays, and I don't want that crap. I really don't want that crap at all. I just want a skin. I want the Zenyatta skin. I want the Diva skin for summer. And that's all I want. If I can get those, I'll be really happy about that. So, but
Yeah, like I want the dragon skin for Symmetra, so I do. The
mhm,
thing is, it's only available during the Halloween event or when the anniversary
yeah,
event comes around,
exactly. Yeah,
which kind of sucks. I just hate when certain costumes are only available for a certain time.
I
And
wish
also
they'd say, okay, well, let's open a store and everything's on sale. Every skin
yeah,
from
no,
every event. You know, if you want a Halloween skin, okay, it's maybe $1 more, but you can get a Halloween skin or you can get a holiday skin or whatever. I think they should do that. They'd make a ton of money with that. All the money they made from the cancer, the Pink Mercy thing, man, they would make a ton of money with that.
yeah, they made like what 7 million, didn't they?
Yeah, something like that. Wasn't it 27 million?
I don't know exactly what it was, but I know it was a good amount.
So yeah, they made a lot of money with that, and I see a lot of people play with that Pink Mercy once in a while.
Yeah,
So they need to do that. I really want them to open like a store where you can buy the skins, and if you want to buy, if you want to buy a animation or a victory dance or whatever, you can go in it. Every other game does that. Fortnite does that. PUBG does that and everything. So why not? Why not do it for Overwatch? You know, I don't know. It's kind of weird thinking on their part.
yeah, I just kind of wish they would do like just like you said, just open up store so I can buy the skins. So because that's first the characters I use. But like I don't really use a whole lot. Like I mainly use Symmetra, Mora now. It's pretty much like one of my new mains. I use Reinhardt from time to time. Like, Junkrat from time to time, and like maybe Torbjorn, and that's pretty much it.
hmm Yeah, I mean, I just go left and right. I pretty much main four characters, four heroes, and that's pretty much it. Like I never touch the other ones. So, I don't mind if I get a Mei skin or whatever. I never play as Mei. I don't care. You know. So,
Kevin Van Oort's favorite character.
yeah, Mei. I've seen a lot of pajama Meis. I saw a lot of those yesterday. Dressed as her, like she is in her video there, the short story they did for her.
Okay.
The pajama bottom and the pajama top. Like
Right.
that's a skin now. So
Okay.
I seen a couple of Mays like that yesterday. Like, oh, that's cool. That's cute.
I've got a Christmas skin. That's the one I have.
I have the Yeti one, the Yeti Hunter one on her. But yeah, I mean, no, looking past the skins and looking past that, Overwatch plays fantastically well. Like it's so well balanced, it's so well done. It's so well. Everything is just peak perfection on that game. So that's why I love playing it. It helps that we're decent at the game. If we got destroyed every game, we'd probably be like, oh fuck this, I'm not playing this anymore. But
That's pretty much been the case when we played Paladins last time there, where we played a few matches there like a couple of weeks ago and was like, yeah, fuck this, we're just getting destroyed now for some reason.
yeah, I played last night, and I think one game lasted 35 seconds. We just got run over like crazy. I was like, okay, well, I finished I think at 0-5 or something like that. It's like we just got ran over by some really good guys. So, sometimes you just take the loss and go, okay, well, we got ran over. It's frustrating, but
sometimes I just feel like I'm doing my part and other people are not doing their part. And vice versa. Someone else in my team's probably doing a lot better, and I'm just playing really bad though. Like we all just have our on or off matches. But like,
yeah,
I'm not
sometimes
like
you just get guys who just shooting at the wall and not doing anything or stuff like that. So,
yeah. There's people that quit like a minute into the match. It's like screw this.
yeah.
But yeah, it's still a awesome game though. I really do enjoy playing it though. Like I don't play it like every night now, but like I do tend to play it a lot more regularly than I have been in quite some time.
Yeah, sorry about that. Kind of interrupted, but it's okay. Yeah, I mean, I play it pretty much every night now, so I'm hooked. I'm all I'm hooked to that game again. Like, it's just great. It's just fantastic. I don't think I'll ever stop playing that game. So, you know, anything else you've been playing that you wanna
I
talk
think
about?
that's pretty much really it to be honest that I can think of. Like I
Yeah, I
probably
don't
may
have
play a
anything
few other
else.
games, but I just can't really recall. Like they're mainly just the main ones I just want to talk about.
You went back to Hollow Knight after watching James play it?
Yeah, like I bought the Switch version and played like an hour or two of it, so I did. And yeah,
Hmm.
that game's. I'm just really glad that game's got a new lease of life now on Switch though, because a lot of people have been playing it and really like it
Yeah, a lot
now.
of people playing that. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's because it was announced. It was supposed to. It was announced for the Switch though a while back anyway though, but just didn't know when it was going to come out. But yeah,
Hmm.
it came out there like June, I think it did. Yeah, it was June because it was basically announced during the direct. It was like it's out now,
Yeah.
um, and a lot of people have been playing it though, and a lot of people really like it, and I'm so glad
It
because
looks fun. It looks like a fun game. If I didn't have, I might even get it. I mean, switch between Bayonetta and Hollow Knight while I'm on vacation. Not just
yeah,
play
like I
Bayonetta.
recommend it though, definitely. Like it's £11. I don't know what it is for you now, but it's
Probably 15
£11, and
bucks,
the
15,
fact that
16.
that's and what you're getting in that game, that's value.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you don't always go with value for money and stuff like that there, but the fact is this is 12 quid, 11 quid this game, and I got like spent like more than 30 hours in the game now
Yeah, there
overall.
was someone in James's channel who said he'd played it for 80 hours or something like that. 80 or
Yeah,
85. So, yeah, that's a lot of game for the price that it is. So, that's very good.
yeah,
It's a
because it's
very
not a
good
short
value.
game by any means though. Like I spent 28 hours and like got 87% completion. So I did, and I got like there's like three endings that there is. And James got the sort of standard ending. Like the Hollow Knight ending, I got the Void No More ending, which is basically I had to go do this different thing to get this item and to get the to fight the true final boss per se, the Radiance, and not the Hollow Knight one, which is the final boss in the game. But if you do that, there are certain aspects of it, and then once you comes down and gets tied by the other character and you use your dream nail, then you fight the final boss, the sort of true final boss in a way, the Radiance. That's the ending I got. But yeah, I'm just really glad that game. A lot of people really like it. I know Patrick Klepek really likes it. A few people on a podcast I listen to, I've mentioned before, the Computer Game Show, really like it. So yeah, it's just a lot of people. It's got a new lease of life on the Switch now, and a lot of people dig it. I'm happy with it. I know Mary Kish is probably happy with people playing it because it was their favorite game of last year. But yeah, that's pretty much it then in terms of games.
Yep, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Actually, just before we get into a little bit of wrestling talk, before we wrap things up here, you watched the Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer, did you?
Yep.
What did you think?
It looks phenomenal. That game's gonna be fantastic. I'm happy that you're only playing as one person. Like I thought you'd be switching between different members of the gang, but apparently you're just playing as one guy. And you know, like you have your own little you can, talk to people, do missions for people, and they like you more or they hate you more and stuff like that. That's cool. That's a nice little mechanic that they brought into the game. And you know, there's fishing, there's all sorts of stuff that you can do, like a proper Rockstar game. So, I'm excited. I can't wait to play that game. It's gonna be great. I think it's the only game that I can see beating out God of War as my game of the year this year. I don't see anything coming up to God of War, except for that one, maybe.
It's actually not my most. It's not even my most anticipated game for the rest of the year. So
Oh, it's
I'm
not?
really looking forward to it. What?
Okay.
Yeah, it's not my most anticipated game for the rest of the year.
Which one is that?
It's the third in the series. Actually, we just said that I actually forgot to mention I'm playing Darksiders 2.
Okay, so it's Darksiders 3. That's your...
Yeah.
Okay.
That's actually been playing it as well there.
Okay.
Got a few hours into it though. And yeah, it's still a great game.
Yeah, put that on Twitter that I would play Darksiders 2 and it got 0 votes. So from my thing. So
yeah, some people don't like that game. But yeah, I just got it. But I think I talked about it before in like a previous long ago when I was playing through for the first time. So I'm not gonna spend to Darksiders 3. I'm very much looking forward to that game. Just hopefully it's good. But then Red Dead Redemption 2 is probably like close second. So it is.
yeah. Well, I mean, it has to be one of the most anticipated game for a lot of people. That game, like a lot of people have been waiting for that game for a while. So I'm sure when it comes out, everybody's going to be playing that. Everybody's going to be playing Red Dead. So. Yep.
I hope it's good now because it's probably like the last Rockstar game I've loved. Red Dead Redemption.
Yep.
Like I played Max Payne 3. It's alright. Didn't play a whole lot of it. But actually, to be honest, I played like maybe 30 minutes of it. Didn't really like the way I played. Grand Theft Auto 5 I liked though, but I just felt I liked the world in that game. I just think the story could have been a lot better. Especially the fact is that whole 3 character system sounded interesting though, but pretty much the fact is they just completely forgot about one character for a good chunk of that game. Didn't help matters. Well, there's no point. It should have been just a duo game then. You just play 2 characters instead.
Yeah.
So I'm just glad they just stuck with the it's not Rockstar North now that's doing this. It's Rockstar San Diego's doing this here. And I'm just glad they just stuck with the one character this time round. And yeah, I watched that gameplay trailer myself, and holy crap, that world looked fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
And apparently that is that's what it looks like it's the PS4 Pro 4K. What it looks like on PS4 Pro, so you'll be getting the full splendor of it then.
I'll be getting the whole thing. Can't wait.
Okay, so before we wrap things up here, we'll talk a little bit about the wrestling. The WASSLLIN. Oh jeez, I'm fucking WASSLIN. Some wrestling.
So we'll see everybody next week, and not next week, but next time on the
next
on the
time
podcast.
For those who don't give a shit, just if you don't care about wrestling, goodbye for now. But for those who do, we'll just stay here. SummerSlam is this weekend.
Yep.
As we record this. NXT TakeOver is tonight, a few hours away now. I'll be very much looking forward to one of those shows and not so much the other. Three guesses. Guess which one. Guess which one.
It's not too hard to guess.
Yeah. Actually, before we get into that, have you signed up to New Japan World yet?
Not yet. I need to. I'll probably just sign up when there's a big event. I know the G1's going on right now, but where's it done?
It's finished.
It's finished now. Okay.
It ended last weekend.
Okay. I need to sign up. I haven't signed up.
Match.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about it. I need to sign up for that. I really do. Because it's way better than WWE for sure.
Yeah, it's better. Like, you're not gonna get like like they are two completely different companies now. Like, if you want sort of better wrestling, like just really great wrestling matches, then that's the way to go. But if you're looking for more, of course, like the character side, the personality side of things, then of course something like WWE is going to be more suited to you, like for more of the casual audience who prefer that sort of thing, rather like, pure wrestling like New Japan offers now. Like, you haven't watched a whole lot of New Japan stuff now, haven't you, Nat?
Not a bunch, not a ton of it, but I've watched a couple of matches. Jericho and Kenny Omega, and a couple of other matches here and there, but I haven't watched a ton of it for sure.
Yeah, so, like I definitely recommend checking it. Yeah, but the next event, like they've gone now for a few. Like, I think the next sort of events now are like in September. So
okay.
The next sort of streak of shows they do, and then I think they do a few other shows before the end of the year, and then it's the Wrestle King. It's like just the lead up to then Wrestle Kingdom then in January.
Mm-hmm. It's not like WWE where they have a show or some shows every week and do a pay-per-view like every month. It's really like they do a couple of things, then stop, then they come back, then stop again, then they come back and stop again. So it's not the same thing.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people prefer it though. It's just it doesn't get shoved down their throats saying like too much, because that's problem with WWE though. Is like it's just too much. It's like 5 hours each week with Raw and SmackDown. There's the hour with NXT, and then like the fucking pay-per-views now are like fucking at least 4 hours long.
Yep.
And SummerSlam tomorrow's probably gonna be like 6 to 7 hours long.
It starts at 5 p.m. over here, so
yeah,
pre-show and everything. So yeah, it's gonna be a long one.
Yeah, it's just way too long.
Yeah, that's way too much wrestling.
Yeah, as much as I like wrestling though, but then again, like the actual G1 shows, each of them are like 3 hours long, but they just had a bunch of tag matches beforehand, which like you don't really need to watch them. Just watch like the block matches for each of the shows, and that's like usually like an hour odd in, and then you can just watch them for like an hour, 2 hours then. if you just want to, like, you just skip the actresses and just watch like the main matches themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I started watching them though, but then unfortunately just fell off and just stopped watching them and then just try to catch up though. There's a bunch of shows I still need to watch though. Like the last one I watched.
Yeah, there's so many things to watch on there. Jeez.
Yeah, because it was just a lot of, like I was off during the time a lot of those shows were happening of the G1, and I just didn't watch them for some reason. But I watched some of the good matches. Like I watched the final match between Tanahashi and Ibushi, and it was great. A lot of people expected Ibushi to win it, but nope. And Tanahashi won, and he is the until he gets his title shot though. Like you do know, like you do know, like the G1, whoever wins the G1 has like sort of like a title.
Gets
shot
the title
for
shot, yeah.
The main event of Wrestle Kingdom, but he actually he has to defend that as well.
It's like a big King of the Ring type of thing. So.
Yeah, but also he's not. He has like a suitcase thing, like kind of like a Money in the Bank, but has like the date of the Wrestle Kingdom and that there, and he like they tend to defend that once or twice or something up to the event, leading up to Wrestle Kingdom now. So he might not, like, he might lose it or something, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I love New Japan. Like, I need to watch more of it though, but I've like some bunch of wrestlers I really like. I fucking love Zack Sabre Jr. I just think he's awesome. He's just such a good.
Yeah, he's very good. He's very good.
Submission specialist. So just love the way he just, you know, twirls around and counters certain moves into these submissions and that there. Like, I just think he's fantastic.
He's the one who said the fuck you to WWE and just went his own way after the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't that, and then they offered him a contract. He said, nope, I'm not working here. Bye. I'm leaving. So, yeah.
Yeah, like, he's doing it much better. Like, I think he would have worked at all in WWE, to be honest.
Yeah. They're better off now not signing, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, you know, you see what 205 Live, well, it's better now, but what it used to be at the very beginning, oh my god, it was garbage. Those guys never freaking did anything, you know? So,
yeah,
except for maybe
like
Neville.
It wasn't back then, though, where it's flipping, most of it wasn't even like high flying stuff. It was mostly like it was just basically you just watch another WWE show.
Yeah.
And stuff like that there, but I know it's a lot better now. And
yeah, until Triple H got a hold of it.
Yeah.
He made it what it is now.
Yeah, like I heard it's a lot better though this year than it has been since it started. But like I don't watch it though. Like the only 205 Live show I ever watched was the one I was at in New Orleans after SmackDown.
Yeah.
That's the only one I ever watched.
Yeah, I never watched that either. So.
Yeah, as I said, just too much though.
Yeah, it's too much wrestling.
Like I don't even watch Raw SmackDown anyway though.
No, I don't watch it anymore. I used to watch Raw, but I don't watch it anymore. I'm not interested. Yeah. Unless it's the day after WrestleMania or something like that, I'll watch it. But besides that, I'm not interested.
Like I just say, just watch like certain things on the YouTube page anyway. Like if I want to watch a certain, like, you know, angle or something, or I just tend to watch them on YouTube anyway.
Anyway, it's really, like, some angles are really stupid. Like, some are really dumb, like the whole Bailey Sasha thing that they completely destroyed. For whatever it is now, they have a tag team now, so...
Yeah, the Boss and Hug connection.
The Boss and Hug connection, yeah.
Or is it the Hug and Boss connection? No, I think it's the Boss and Hug connection. It's one of them, one way or the other, though. That's what it is anyway.
Because they're going to introduce probably the women's tag team championships at that event. They're going to have the women's event. Evolution, yeah. So that remains to be seen. But I mean, pretty much everything, you know, like they take NXT superstars that come down from there and completely destroy their image or what they were in NXT, and you know, like Asuka, like Tyler Breeze. There's so many examples
There's very, very, very few that have come from NXT that have actually done all right. Very few indeed.
Like the Shield probably are the most successful ones, I would say.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. So
Well, I think Samoa Joe's has done all right, I guess, but not
Samoa Joe, yeah, I guess so. But Shinsuke
Finn
is
Balor would have been, yeah. Finn Balor was like, when he came, he was like, yeah, he's hot. He won the Universal title, and then I think, to be honest, that injury was the worst thing that happened to him.
Yep.
Because
It's the worst thing that happened to wrestling, almost, to WWE.
Yeah, like
Because then
when
fucking Brock got his thing.
Yeah, when he suffered that injury though, it sucked though, because ever since he came back, he's never gotten that hot again.
Nope.
His feuds have not been great. Like that feud with Bray Wyatt last year was not great. That didn't even get a proper payoff because of the whole flipping meningitis thing.
Yeah, and that was Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin, which again people are expecting, why the fuck is this on this main show? This should be a pre-show match, which is,
yep.
And it was on the fucking last month's show, and it's a completely nothing feud, which tends to be the case with a lot of. But it's just basically, yes, this is trying to get as much people on the show as possible. That's pretty much their incentive.
Yeah, why not put Rusev and what's his name again? Andrade and Almas.
Yeah.
In the main, the main show.
Because because that has a bit of a feud going on SmackDown, but nope, just don't have like this nothing matches on the main show.
Exactly.
For the most part. I just don't get it though. I'm not going to be watching SummerSlam live though, because I have work the next night and I'm not staying up till like 5 a.m. or whatever it'd be just to watch this. I'll probably watch like the pre-show maybe, and then I'll go to bed, and then I'll watch the main show itself in the morning.
Yeah.
So, and I probably will watch it though, and this will be the first full flipping WWE pay-per-view I watched since WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have not watched a single.
Oh, you haven't watched any pay-per-views since that time?
I've watched like matches from the pay-per-views, but I haven't watched a full one since WrestleMania. Okay. Outside of NXT TakeOver now, but I'm not including them. They're a different thing. But in terms of the main roster pay-per-views, I haven't watched one since WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Because it's been pretty much for the most part been pretty much mediocre. Some cases really bad, like Backlash, like.
Backlash was that was horrible. It was a horrible pay-per-view.
Like the first match was good. I wish I watched with Rollins and Miz, and then the rest of the matches were like just bad.
Yep. But tomorrow's event doesn't look all that great. The matches really don't look all that great, to be honest.
Because like some of them are the same matches we've seen again. Like, okay, I understand to say like. If it's like the second match together, like it's a rematch from a previous pay-per-view or something, it's like okay, it was just their second match. But there's matches on there that we've seen fucking 4 or 5 times already. Like,
Corbin
Rollins
and Balor.
And Ziggler. They've had a fucking Iron Man match in the last pay-per-view, and now they're going back to SummerSlam again, and it's just a normal match.
Yeah.
Like, that's stupid.
Well, Ambrose is gonna get involved and probably cost Seth Rollins the match, and that's gonna set up the whole feud thing.
You mean Triple H 2?
I mean what?
You mean Triple H 2?
Yeah, Triple H 2. Yeah, there's a new look. Jeez, he's changed.
It definitely suits him.
Yep, it does. He looks more deranged.
The beard and the beard and the jacked up physique. Yeah, it definitely suits him. So
yeah,
just have to wait and see how he is though when he properly wrestles again.
I mean, I'm still, even if it's the fourth match between the third or fourth between the two, I'm still interested in it because of the dynamic that's going to happen there, and they do wrestle well, so it's a nice thing to watch. But I mean, Baron Corbin, fucking Finn Balor, who fucking cares?
Nope,
And
no one cares. Absolutely no one cares about that match.
yeah, I mean, I care even less about that match than Lesnar Reigns as the main event. So, because I expect something to happen there. Either The Rock shows up, or either, Paul Heyman screws um, Brock Lesnar or something like that. But, I expect something to happen.
Don't you think they kind of blew that there with what happened on Monday night?
I think maybe it was a setup between, either it was a setup between Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns, or it's going to be something completely different and The Rock's going to come back and challenge Roman to a match at WrestleMania, because that seems to be what they're headed for at WrestleMania this year and next year. So,
Is that the like rumored match then? Is it?
yeah, that's what they're talking about.
Okay, that'll be interesting because Rock
Yeah,
would be what 40 flipping 6 at the point.
yeah. But I would be interested in seeing that. I mean, if Roman is a heel fighting The Rock, at the main event, that would be cool. I think it would be a good dynamic. Put the Usos in there and have a family thing going. That should be an interesting thing
I
to.
don't want Roman in another main event though, because he's been in the main event in WrestleMania for the past 4 WrestleManias, and none of the matches have been good. I
Yeah,
do not care what people think of. Oh, that Lesnar Reigns match at WrestleMania 31 was good. I didn't think that match was that particularly
no,
great.
no,
It just basically was flipping Lesnar beating the shit out of Roman for most of it.
exactly.
It was just basically a carbon copy of the Cena match from SummerSlam the previous
Yeah,
year.
people say, hey, that match is great between Cena and Lesnar. Lesnar just beats up Cena. Why is that great? Why is
It
that
was
a
great
great
because
match?
like it was great in a way though the way it worked though it was awesome, but it was pretty much technically a squash match. It's a great squash match,
Yeah, but
but
it's
like in
not a
terms of like
great
a
match at all. you know, but I don't know. Anyway, I guess the matches I'm looking most forward to are Miz versus Daniel Bryan. That's going to be fantastic. And
you
looking
watch
for
those video packages
yeah, the vignettes there they were pretty awesome. That's a good build up. That's a phenomenal build up to that
because
match.
that has a story to it though. That's why.
Yep, exactly. Story that's been
Whereas
going on for what now? 10 years?
8 years,
8 years? Yeah. So
like
that's
the
why it's
feud,
cool.
like the feud before now, like Daniel Bryan beat him for the US title at Night of Champions in 2010 as well, which
Hmm.
I suspect they didn't go with it more than the first night on match in Raw he won against Miz, stuff like that there. But yeah, it has a history to it, which is great. Whereas most of these other feuds are like, couple weeks build, and some of them are just completely useless and stuff like that.
I mean, Joe versus AJ Styles is going to be great. That's going to be good. Unless they fuck it
I
up
really
like
hope
Nakamura
it's
Styles.
yeah, that's the thing. I hope that's good now. Like I was looking forward to Nakamura and Styles and not from WrestleMania, and it ended up being a disappointing.
Yeah.
But honestly, though, this is the thing now. I think a lot of people share this opinion. Nakamura hasn't had a great match.
Nope.
His best I'm not saying his best match in WWE was his first match in NXT against Sami Zayn. He
Yep.
hasn't had a good
Yep.
as good as match since then.
Yep. Because first of all, in NXT, they made him face people that like Joe and stuff like that. I mean, Joe's great, but it's not the same dynamic. Like the both of them in the ring together, and Bobby Roode, Jesus Christ, come on now. That guy's song's great, but the rest of what he does is pretty bad. You know what I mean? So I don't know, having him face people like that is
That
kind of
was the
boring.
biggest mistake they've ever made with Bobby Roode in terms of killing a cat, killing a guy. It's basically making him face when he came into the main roster.
Yeah,
He's
that guy
just
should have been
absolute.
like the $1 million man or something. You know,
He's
like
just death now. He's like absolute death as a baby face.
yeah,
He does not work as a face.
at all.
Much like
That's true.
Randy Orton. Yeah, Randy Orton as well. Randy Orton does not work as a face.
Yeah,
Like I
exactly.
said, there's just certain wrestlers just work as bad as heels, and there's ones that work bad as face, and there's ones who are both good in face. Like there's very few. Like Jericho's an example who works great as both a face and a heel.
Yep, exactly.
Although I think his heels
He's
persona,
better as a heel. Yeah.
yeah, but he works good as a face as well. But
Hmm.
his heel is definitely bad. Like some of his heel stuff has been great. You know, his New Japan stuff I think has been fucking awesome.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, Bobby Roode he's just deaf as a face.
Yep.
Randy Orton was is better as a heel. It's glad he's back as a heel.
Hmm. The Miz is better as a heel.
Yeah,
Uh, we know it's. I mean, I don't know. What other matches? Maybe Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss could be good.
like I'm gonna look at the card here now. I'm just gonna look at the card.
Ronda Rousey. I
So
mean, Ronda Rousey's been great since she's been in WWE. So seeing her wrestle Alexa Bliss should be fun. I don't know if she's going to win, but should be good.
yeah, just gonna look at this now. This card now. I'm not gonna go through every single match. Like, I'll just probably go through like just wanna look. Yeah, like I'm looking forward to Styles and Joe, in a way, but I'm cautious though, cautiously optimistic though, 'cause I
Yeah,
don't want another
same here.
disappointment. Like, um, Daniel Bryan versus the Miz mainly because of the whole backstory. Uh, like that's really it though. Like, there's not really a whole lot else. Like most of the other ones we've seen already though. Like Lesnar Reigns, I do not fucking care about that match whatsoever. I'm just more interested in what the crowd's gonna be like towards it more than anything. I'm more interested to see if anything happens from it. Like if there's gonna be a heel turn or what at the end. But in terms of the other match itself, though, if it's just
Yeah,
basically
AJ
gonna be
Styles,
if it's just gonna be repeated
Samoa
fucking
Joe, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns for that dynamic. I want to see what's going to happen. Alexa Bliss, Ronda Rousey, yeah, that could be cool. Carmella, Becky Lynch, Charlotte, that could be also good. Could be a good game, a good match. Daniel Bryan versus The Miz, my most anticipated of the night. Ziggler Rollins
I
could
want
be good.
I want Becky to win and turn heel.
Who?
Becky to win and turn heel.
Becky? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that would be cool.
I just like to see how it go. It's not gonna happen though, but I'd like to see it happen. I'd like to see it happen.
Nakamura Hardy could be also good, but Orton's gonna get involved and it's gonna fuck up everything. Uh,
Probably.
Strowman Owens for the briefcase. I kind of want Owens to win and get the briefcase. Like he'd be awesome with that briefcase, and Strowman doesn't need it.
I love Kevin Owens. So he's
Yep,
just been so underutilized.
yep. Bludgeon Brothers New Day. New Day needs to win because Bludgeon Brothers are not working whatsoever. Finn Balor, Baron Corbin.
No one cares about them. You see their matches, they're dead. Like, no, they're so silent. When
Yeah,
they win matches, the crowd's just so silent. They don't even boo or
I'd
anything.
rather
They're
see
just
the
like,
Bar there or the Usos even. But yeah, the Bludgeon Brothers don't work at all. Balor Corbin don't care. B Team Revival don't really care. Another tag team that they killed, the Revival, which should have been like fucking amazing.
but that was the problem with that as well is fucking injuries killed their momentum. Because like they came up on the fucking main roster and I forget which one suffered an injury and then he came back and then the other one suffered an injury.
Hmm.
That guy didn't help matters.
Cedric Alexander, Drew Gulak. That should be good. Should be a good match. Almas and Vega versus Rusev and Lana, which should have been on the main fucking card.
Rusev was the main event of last pay-per-view, and now he's in the kickoff show.
Yeah.
There's a drop.
Did you see his tweet? When he tweeted out?
Yeah.
About the cruiserweight thing?
Yeah, I'm proud to open the show with the cruiserweight title match or something along those lines.
Yeah.
I love Rusev, though. I think he's great.
He's like saying, whatever. Did you see, they're showing here the big names that are not on the card? Asuka, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Bobby Roode, Nia Jax, The Bar, the Usos. It's like, okay, wow, that's, Asuka, they really fucking killed completely. They destroyed her completely from what she was in NXT. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I cannot believe what they did with her. It's really, really bad. That's really bad. Having her lose to Charlotte, okay, whatever, Streak had to end, whatever. But
yeah, I was surprised to see though, but I was like, okay, like it made sense in a way, like because Charlotte's the one they're for, like she's the sort of head honcho of the women's division in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I understand.
But then having her job out to fucking Carmella out of everybody.
In silly ways though, like that Money in the Bank match with her, like that was ridiculous. When watching her doppelganger, quote unquote, and just standing there like
she stood there for like what 15 seconds, just being.
It was longer than that. It was like 30 seconds to a minute. It seemed.
It's like motherfuck, come on now, Jesus Christ, what are you 5?
It just made her look really bad though, which is a damn shame. Because that's just probably like my second favorite woman next after Becky Lynch.
I really hope Becky wins and just fucking becomes heel. That would be awesome. Another one that they kept
I don't
down.
really mind if Charlotte wins, although she's had the belt for a lot of times though.
Yeah, fucking give it to Becky. Anything but get it off fucking Carmella, please. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Do you think they're rewarding her because of Big Cass and Enzo? Because she's been okay and the other two have been like fired and stuff like that. Do you think they're rewarding her with that? Because of that?
Because she was like good, she was fine, and she wasn't an asshole like them. I don't know. Maybe perhaps I don't really know.
That's what I thought about. I was like, maybe they're rewarding her because the other two were like really, not great, not being awesome with what they were doing and everything. So maybe they're rewarding her for that. I don't know.
But that's the thing as well. Like she has to have the like this whole all women's pay-per-view they're gonna have now in October though. It just doesn't. It wouldn't really be a good light if to go into that show with her as the champion still.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's a good character, but she's not a good wrestler.
No, exactly. She's a good character. Like she's annoying as hell. Like the Iconics, but it's not. I don't see her as a champion, to be honest with you. So above, Charlotte and Becky and Asuka and come on now. That shouldn't be something that happens. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Takeover is tonight. We'll probably just go through it before we wrap things up here.
Mm-hmm.
I am very much looking forward to this show. It's always a great show to watch. I don't recall like the last time an NXT show was bad.
I think it was never bad.
Like they're not really bad anyway. They're like at worst they're like good.
Yeah, some are
Even
like,
the, even
yeah, you know,
even the worst takeover show is like, better
10
than
times better than the main
mo-
the main thing.
yeah, most fucking WWE shows.
Yeah,
So they are.
yeah.
So yeah, it's the card is the women's match: Shayna Baszler versus Kairi Sane. Velveteen Dream versus EC3. Adam Cole versus Ricochet for the North American title.
That's gonna be so fucking good.
Yeah,
It's
it
gonna
should
be
be a
so
good
amazing.
match. Tag team title matches should be is Undisputed Era versus Mustache Mountain and
Yep.
Trent Seven and Tyler Bate. I have to watch that match, that NXT match they've had. Apparently, it was fucking good.
Yeah, I need to watch that one too.
The one I had a few weeks ago,
Hmm.
and it's going to be the third in the series now. It's Ciampa and Gargano 3, a last man standing match for the NXT title. It was
Which
going to
was
be a triple
supposed to
threat
be a
match.
triple threat, but
Yeah,
sadly,
also,
Aleister Black got injured.
yeah, and I have this storyline thing now where he got attacked outside to
Hmm.
sort of write him off, unfortunately.
Yep,
So I'm pretty
exactly.
sure that they didn't want this to happen again so soon, like 1-on-1. And again, it's another gimmick match. They've had what, 4 1-on-1 matches now in WWE, NXT, WWE, and the only one they've had it was a normal match, was their Cruiserweight Classic against each other.
Hmm. And
Every
you know
other
what?
match has been a gimmick match.
They could have 700 other matches together, and I wouldn't even mind. That's how you build a feud. That's how you make things interesting. Even if it's the third match, well, the third main event match, I guess, between the two. I don't even mind. I don't even mind. I'm looking forward to seeing it. It's not like Constable Corbin versus Finn Balor, which has nothing interesting.
That's the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah, it's like I love Finn Balor, but I have his shirt on right now. But I mean, him against Constable Corbin, no. Finn Balor should be fighting for the title, for the main title, if not the Intercontinental title. You know,
Exactly.
so
You shouldn't be in stupid dead feuds with
exactly.
Corbin.
They're probably going to get rid of Dolph. I'm thinking Dolph is done. I'm thinking he's going to lose against Seth, and
Okay.
he's done with WWE afterwards. But we'll see. We'll see about that. But I never liked Dolph Ziggler, to be honest with you. I
Didn't
never
he
liked that guy.
resign though his contract there a while back?
Yeah, I think they said we're going to give you the IC title, and he resigned for that. But I think he's leaving. There's big rumors that he's leaving. So
Okay.
we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Oh boy. Anyway, NXT is going to be once again fantastic tonight. So that card is stacked. Like I did the promos they had with Velveteen Dream and EC3. Did you watch those promos?
No, but I heard they were great though. Velveteen Dream is awesome.
That
I
guy's
fuck. I
so
love
good.
his character,
Yep. He is so good.
and he's fucking 23.
Yep. When they announced that Hogan was coming back and he fucking came out at Takeover wearing the Hogan thing, I
Take
was
over
like,
Chicago.
Takeover Chicago, yeah. Wearing the Hogan outfit, I was like, fuck, man, come on. That's great. That's awesome.
Yeah,
So,
people are speculating if he's going to be is he going to be dressing up as someone else to this time, like Macho
yeah.
Man or someone.
Yeah, I wonder. But yeah, that
Because
guy needs
obviously
to
they want.
stay as long as he can in NXT. Don't go to the main roster.
Oh fuck! Please.
They'll go up there. They're gonna fucking destroy you. They're gonna destroy your character.
Yeah, look, 'cause I love Tyler Breeze in NXT and fucking killed
Yeah,
him.
look what he does now. So,
Yeah, jobs out the who did he lose Monday night?
Didn't he? He wanted to
Baron Corbin,
be.
wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah, he wanted to be Seth Rollins' partner or something like that. And he didn't really like.
Okay.
They gave him a match against somebody else. Anyway, I don't remember. It's really that guy was fantastic in the ring, and now he does nothing. So it's way too bad for him because he's awesome. He's really awesome. But hey, Vince McMahon, ladies and gentlemen. Vince McMahon's train of thought. I hope Triple H gets a hold of the company when Vince passes. I hope he's the one who's gonna be the creative genius behind everything, and not let Steph or Shane take over. So, I really hope it's him. We'll just have to wait and see.
Speaking of Shane McMahon, where the hell is he?
I don't know. I really don't. We haven't seen him since when? WrestleMania?
No, he was in the SmackDown after WrestleMania. I think it might have been like maybe around that month though. I think it's been since April. Maybe May, I think. I don't know.
Wow, that's been a while. It's been a really long time. Has he gone back to his Chinese internet company thing?
No, I don't think he's there anymore. Anyway, I think that got sold or something. When I don't know if that's gone there or not. I forget.
Well, maybe he's like a backstage and doing taking care of stuff.
Yeah, he's probably still like there though, but he's not like on on screen now.
Mm-hmm. Like Stephanie doesn't really. She came out for the women's thing, but she's never there now.
Of course.
Yeah, she takes credit for the women's revolution. So,
I created the women. I created women.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Triple H created European wrestling. So, that's pretty much the same thing.
Jokes.
But anyway, we'll see. I'm looking forward to Takeover tonight. I just can't wait for that. As for SummerSlam, I'm gonna watch it, but I mean, there's not a whole lot that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I pretty much agree. I'll watch SummerSlam like next morning, or I might just skip some of the matches anyway. If there's shit, I'll probably just watch it anyway. I don't want to look at the results. But I know some matches are going to be worth skipping probably anyway.
Yeah, exactly. You just look at the reactions on Twitter, and you'll pretty much know
yeah,
what's to watch and what's not to watch.
Like none of the matches on NXT Takeover, that's time and time again. NXT Takeover is 5 matches now. It wasn't even that. I wasn't even the case when it started. It was actually like 7 matches or something. But like it's 5 matches now. It's like 2.5, 3 hours long, and that's great. Perfect.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And they're always good.
Everybody gets their time. Everybody gets their, half an hour, maybe 20 minutes to half an hour. That's perfect.
Yeah. And it's always, for the most part, it's usually, like, you see some of the same people there, but you usually see a few different people each time.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas on other shows, it's always the same people, same matches.
Yep.
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. Who do you think is coming back tomorrow? Hogan, Rock? Hogan's been teasing the whole NWO thing. And the whole
I don't want to see Hogan come. I don't want to see Hogan at all.
I don't want to see him at all, but he's coming back. He's gonna fucking come back.
What, to come back with the NWO? What the fuck are you? What sheets are you watching? What sheets are you reading?
But you haven't seen the video that he did with Hall and Nash, the NWO video.
No, I haven't.
They spray paint the belt and everything.
Nope.
Okay, that's out right now. I think you can catch it on YouTube somewhere. But yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if he's coming back as the NWO or whatever, or Hogan, or just Hulk Hogan normal or whatever. I'm pretty sure he's coming back. I think Rock's gonna come back tomorrow. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I'm going to ask you this now, Dennis. Are you still interested in going to WrestleMania next year?
I would like to, since it's in New York. It's close and everything. I could travel by bus. I would like to go. I know you had a great time, so we could go around New York and, visit some stuff. And I think that would be cool. It'd be cool to go.
Okay. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to go with the travel package now again because it was, way too much.
Hmm.
Like, I'm going to go and sort of say get decent tickets now for each of the shows. Like, maybe not bad with the Hall of Fame unless it's like someone goes in that year that I really want to see.
That you're only gonna know like a month in advance.
Yeah, but I'm probably sure I can still probably get tickets before that then.
Hmm.
But like in terms of like other shows, I'll get like tickets for WrestleMania, NXT. Although I do kind of want to go to that Madison Square Garden show, Ring of Honor New Japan one.
Hmm.
That's just the thing that sucks though, because it's gonna be on the same night. I really kind of wish it was on another night.
Yeah.
'Cause I kind of want to go to that one.
I agree.
Despite the fact that NXT Takeover New Orleans was fucking awesome, and it was my favorite live show I've ever been to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely like to go again because I said I just had a blast. It's just something you have to do at least once in your life, though. I'm sure it's something on your bucket list as well.
Yeah, I would love to go to a WrestleMania, especially since it's close to my house. Might not be as hot as when you went last year. I'm guessing it's not gonna be as hot as that time,
New
but
Orleans, no. Like, how far is New York from like Montreal?
if you go by car, it's probably I would say 6-7 hours.
Oh wow.
So it's not very far.
Okay.
So by bus, it will probably take me 10 hours to get there, or something like that.
So you take a bus then.
Yeah, I don't want to drive there. I don't want to drive there. And park, and everything. Nah, I don't want to. We'll take Uber and move around with Uber instead of.
Yeah, it's lucky for you. You just like use a bus or something. I have to take a plane.
Yeah. Yeah, that's you don't have a choice. You can't really take a
Yeah.
bus.
Take a boat or something. Take a week to get there.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it would be great for me. Like, it's a perfect setting. It would be easy to get some bus tickets and go there, for sure.
Yeah.
Get a nice little hotel, and you know, I'm not sure I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Well,
take the package, or I'm probably gonna buy
no, no.
individual tickets.
Yeah. Unless I can maybe get one of the maybe cheaper packages and see what they are together. Like just.
Yeah. Like I want to go to every show, of course, but not I don't want to take the entire big package of everything. So
Yeah. And also, I do kind of want to have better seats for WrestleMania
yeah.
because they weren't the greatest, though. Mainly because the fact is, just I had to look at the screen sometimes.
Hmm.
Like Takeover was fucking great because I was awesome that view.
Yeah.
But you're on the floor at WrestleMania. It's a big stadium, and fucking half the time people on the front are fucking standing up,
Yep.
and sometimes it gets really annoying.
You don't see a whole lot of anything, so
Yeah. Whereas like Takeover was great because I was like on like the up in the the stands and not there in the thing, so you're looking over the ones that are on the floor, so it's easier.
yeah.
Like if I want to get a ticket, I'll probably be one of those ones. One of those like more riser, like one of those ones up in the stands. Not like way up in the fucking sky now, like one of the more stand ones where I could see actually could see what's happening.
Hmm.
Like that's just the thing I just hated about that where.
Yeah, your view didn't seem to be all that great for Mania.
No, I wasn't.
I don't think I would be able to endure that. Like always
No,
looking at the screen and be like, oh fuck. Okay.
especially with people as well. Like, just the people like there was like people standing up in front of you and there's like fucking people around you screaming. Like
Yeah.
this guy standing. It was like this guy standing up like a few rows in front of the guy who was beside me though, and the guy was just shouting, like, "Yeah, the greatest! Get the fuck down! Get the fuck down!" And he wasn't even getting down. He was getting really pissed off. Like it's like I wouldn't go. I don't blame people for getting annoyed out there. Like I wouldn't do it myself, but I don't blame people for going that far. We're getting really annoyed for people like blocking views. Like, hey, we all spend a lot of money to be here, and I can't fucking watch the thing because some a-hole in the front's like just standing up.
Mhm. Because then people yelling at him, "Sit the fuck down! Sit the fuck down!" And
Yeah,
just fucking descends into madness.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
that's because those things are more level though anyway.
Yeah.
Whereas like I want to be up in the more higher things so I can see overlooking, so I don't have to worry about that there.
That should be in the football stadium, I'm guessing, right? In New York?
Yeah, it's a MetLife Stadium. Yeah.
MetLife, yeah. So that's more like ascending stadium. So I think the seats would be better.
Hmm.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna try to get some tickets to go
Yeah.
to the events.
Yeah, like one of us will probably have to sort of just try and buy together or something so we can be next to each other, and
Yeah.
we could just like bank transfer. Like you could pay me or I can pay you or whatever.
Hmm. Yeah, we can't go each our own thing because we'll never get the same tickets.
Yeah,
Somebody has to buy the
exactly.
tickets.
Yeah, like I said, I could buy them. Or you can we could sort out the hotel and
Yeah.
but we can do that closer anyway.
Yeah. See how it.
So you're basically, hopefully, you're just all in now because you said, "Oh, I might go now. I'll go last year," and then you sort of didn't bother then, and I went on my own and had a blast.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of regretted not going because I kind of wanted to go. Stuff got in the way and all sorts of things, but
Yeah, like you missed. Yeah, I'm sure you probably want to be at that takeover.
yeah. So I'm gonna try to I'm gonna get a week or maybe a week and a half of off at that point. And go down maybe 2 days before the whole thing, and
Yeah, like that's what
visit
I
New
did
York a little
too.
bit.
Yeah, I basically booked like a week, 2 weeks off there
Yep.
this year, so I did.
Book 2 weeks
Yeah,
off and go down there. Have a good time. Go around New York a little bit. I've never been
yeah,
to New York, so go look at New York and you'll see a couple of things.
yeah. My brothers have been, both my brothers have been to New York. My
Yeah.
brother went. Yeah, my brother Christopher went there like years ago, and my brother went there for his honeymoon, and
Okay.
also he went there and I think somewhere in Mexico. So he did
Okay.
for his honeymoon there earlier this year.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. If I go, I'm gonna go down a couple of days, maybe 2 days, not too long before, but maybe 2 days before,
Yeah,
and visit a little bit and
yeah, definitely,
take in the
definitely.
sights.
Yeah.
So, do you eat at restaurants when you're there, right? You don't.
What?
You eat at restaurants while you're down there?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Like not bring I'm not gonna bring any food. I don't know if the bus is as security checked as the planes are, but you know. Like I'm not gonna bring my cooking stuff over there and cook some meals, but you know.
No, why would you be? Why would you be? You go out in a restaurant and buy your food. You're not going to go into the
Yeah,
hotel now and
exactly.
say, okay.
Yeah, there's a couple of restaurants in New York probably that are very good and very nice. I
Hmm.
kind of want to go to, so yeah. I'm gonna go to the Giant Bomb offices,
Yeah, I'll have to look for it where that is now in
Yeah,
New
I
York.
kind of want to
See
go
what.
just drop by over there and see what it's like.
Yeah.
So, I don't think they'll let us go to the to the office itself, but
Yeah, well, I want to see where the building is at least.
yeah, that'd be cool. So yeah, I'd like to go visit New York for sure and go to the events. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, just to say, I can't believe that's fucking over 4 months ago now, but
Yeah, time goes by.
like I know that's just hard to believe though. I just keep reminiscing about it like it was yesterday though. Like it was just one of my best just experiences I've had in my life.
Hmm.
And that's just I just want to do it again. Especially like I want to do it with someone like who likes wrestling as much as I do, like yourself though. Like I'd love to be with someone like yourself.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I hope they like Jericho or something does a show over there that we can go to maybe a couple of nights before or something like that. Like that when you went with Paul Heyman.
Yeah, like I'm curious if that. Yeah, I'm curious if they're gonna do an inside the ropes, like inside the ropes show
Hmm.
beforehand. They probably might do another one before it.
Like I'd love to
Like,
go to a Paul Heyman show like that. I'm sure it's really cool. Just hear
yeah,
him
it was
talk.
cool. It was cool. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
When like what he said about that Chris Benoit guy. You think Chris Benoit's a cool guy? Well, fuck you.
Yeah.
Or something like that. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think
Right.
we should probably end this because we've been
I think we need
rambling
to
on
wrap
now.
this up. 3 fucking hours. Why do we go on so long, Des? Well, around the
Well, 3 hours
masters.
and 21 minutes. I mean, I'm about to eat in about a couple of minutes here.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to have my dinner as well. I haven't
Yeah.
had my dinner yet either. So anyway, for those who've stuck with us, thank you very much. Look out for one in the next sometime in September where I'll talk about Shenmue 1 and 2,
Hmm.
Yakuza Kiwami 2, and
Tomb Raider
maybe
should be out.
Tomb Raider, Destiny 2 Forsaken if I end up getting it.
Hmm.
But let's wait and see. So thank you, Dennis.
Yeah, thank you, Darren.
We'll get this go. We'll stay good day here, and I hope we both enjoy Takeover. Do you want to
Yep.
actually stay on Discord and watch it together, or what?
Yeah, I could probably watch on the computer instead of the TV. I could do that.
Okay. Right. So goodbye.
Later, guys.